From Dick Miller Field at North Canton Hoover High School, welcome to Big Time Sports at Stark County High School Baseball. Tonight we'll see two teams looking to gain momentum prior to beginning Ohio High School Athletic Association tournament play. It's Hoover against Louisville in our Big Time Sports Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Dunn along with my broadcast partner Mike Galena as we welcome everyone to the Fur Bay Electric pregame show. And Mike, I know you've been working hard on this game, so why don't you give everybody our keys to the game?
Let's key those keys to the game as they come up on screen. Louisville's won 4 of their last 5. They're scoring 7 runs per game, only giving up 2. And for them, they want to make sure limit runners and manage outs on the Viking side. And here's what that means. Make sure you're not providing walks and errors and then getting outs when you're supposed to get them. If you take care of that, you limit Hoover's running game. The other half, Hoover, pitch efficiently and field cleanly. It's been a little bit of a problem for them this year, and we'll see if they can keep that in check.
Mike, why don't you stay with us? Louisville, the visiting team today. They'll be up in a few minutes. What's their batting order today?
We take a look at the Leps coming up. You've got Luke Seaman playing left field and leading off. Cody Zaylor, shortstop, in the 3-hole. Cooper Rice, Xander Triplett, the cleanup hitter. Going to first baseman, Grayson Brunoni. Third baseman, Brock Leggert. Catching is Colton Loy. DHing today is Jack Beard. In the 8-hole, the second baseman, Mac Roberts. And Caden Cordes, the pitcher, will hit 9th.
Let's take a closer look at these two teams. I'll have a minute for Louisville. Mike, the Leopards probably are playing their best baseball this season right now under first-year head coach Tyler Drabick. Louisville has won 4 out of their last 5 games.
They sure have, and when you think about trending, and I know we talk about that a lot, you want to be trending positively into tournament play. And I think they found themselves because they're scoring 7 and only giving up 2. So that means they're taking both halves of the innings and managing them appropriately.
Hoover comes in at 13-11. The Vikings are coming off a really tough loss last night, 2-1 up at North Royalton. But once you get into tournament play, Mike, these Vikings are a dangerous team under veteran coach Brian Ashby.
Boy, for sure. Max Preps, Joe, has Hoover rated as playing the state of Ohio's toughest D2 schedule this particular year. So their record a little deceiving. Your point spot on. Hitting tournament play, they're going to be a tough out.
This is kind of a welcome home for Louisville head coach Tyler Drabick, an outstanding 3-sport athlete here at Hoover. You know him well.
Boy, for sure, Joe. It's so neat. You've got 2 Vikings as head coaches, one on the left side, one on the Viking side. Drabick, Kent State, Auburn, and Lipscomb, 2 MAC championships, and he reached the College World Series as a player. And he's played some ball, not on this new field, but he certainly played some ball here at Dick Miller Field.
We're going to take a break, come back with tonight's opening pitch right after this on Big Time Sports.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Fur Bay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Fur Bay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Sometimes life is just not okay. But guess what? That's okay.
And the pain you feel today won't always be the pain you feel tomorrow.
And no temporary situation is worthy of a permanent decision.
And if we give life a chance, we can change. We can grow.
Because it's not the absences of hard times that makes life worth living.
It's the presence of hope.
Joe Dunn, Mike Galena back at North Canton Hoover High School as we get ready for Stark County High School basketball. Louisville at Hoover. Tonight's opening pitch is being brought to you by Van Nostrand, Young & Coots. They're an independent insurance agency that can do everything you want with your home, your business, your family, from home to business. They have you covered. Remember the name, Van Nostrand, Young & Coots, proud sponsors of the Big Time Sports first pitch of the game. And for the Leopards, the top of the order, Seaman, Zoller, and Cooper Rice, 1, 2, 3, to take on starting pitcher for Hoover. That is, looks like number 5, Roman Geiselman.
Geiselman did a nice job there, Joe. He's 0-2, so he's not going to throw a ball in the strike zone. hitter's got to go get less than a strike. And Lukens is still tight at third base, so he's not convinced he won't put one down even with 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball right back. Nice play there by the pitcher. That was hit hard, but 1 hop up to Geiselman. First out of the game. That's a tough play for the pitcher. First gapper jams 1 bite right back at you, Mike.
Well, you have to field your position, as they say, and so if he finishes up as a fielder, he's ready for that comebacker. And the hardest job sometimes is making that good direct throw over there after you've hit that sharp comebacker. Took care of business there on 4 pitches.
Here's the number 2 hitter, the Louisville shortstop, Cody Zaylor. Takes that one on the corner. Both these teams, as you said, Mike, want to get some momentum heading into tournament play.
Yeah, both are going to be that tough out, even though they're seeded uniquely. We'll come back to that after that foul pitch out there. Louisville comes in as a 17 seed, and they'll play at Alliance, who is the 7 seed.
I think that's Friday night.
Coming up Friday, you're right. And then the Vikes, they're the 6 seed, and will play the 25 seed Normandy on May 27. So you're right, a lot of games right in front of us.
0-2 pitch, that rides outside and high. Defensively for Hoover, Carter Lukens is at third. Ryan Cervanek is the shortstop. Holohan at second base, and Jack Zarko at first base. Breaking ball right at the eyeballs.
You like to challenge that front shoulder of the hitter with that breaking ball, Joe. You want it to look fastball in, and then it just finishes away and your hands don't catch up to it. That's a good pitch by Geiselman.
Here comes the 2-2. That's hit in the air on the right side. Center fielder coming over, calls off the right fielder, and Jack Andes makes the play.
You know, Joe, there's a great little fundamental there that goes on with that. The center fielder, you're going to see it coming right at us from the center field camera. Great job, guys. Pounds that strike zone. Barrel gets under the ball a little. Now it's coming at the camera. I see it expand. Your center fielder obviously is the quarterback of the outfield, but you go to the glove hand on the ability to finish a catch. So glove hand takes precedent too, as you saw the center fielder finish the play.
Here's the number 3 hitter for Coach Tyler Drabick, center fielder Cooper Rice. Batting with 2 out, nobody on here in the Louisville top of the first.
Love how Geiselman's pounding that strike zone, Joe. He's getting ahead of hitters.
That's it on the left side, going to be out of play over the dugout. But we talked before the game, Mike, about Dick Miller Field. You told me something I didn't know about Dick Miller. He was a guy that lived right next door to this stadium.
Yep, lived across the street when it was grass. This was like his home, his child. He didn't get married, didn't have children. This was his space through the spring, and he cared for it in the fall like it was a spring season.
0-2 pitch. That works out of the strike zone. Well, that White House is still over there overlooking the field.
It sure is. His spirit lives on.
Yes, it does.
As he peeks in. I'm not sure how he's going to deal with the turf because he loved the grass. But he's happy they're playing every day, that's for sure.
Cooper Rice waiting on that 1-2 pitch. And that makes it 2-2.
Yep, great nibble, great eye there. That's a great job by the pitcher and the hitter there working with 2 strikes. Now he's got to be a little bit closer to the zone on this one at 2-2.
Inside corner called strike 3. First strikeout of the game. And for the Leopards, they go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first inning. We talked about this Hoover team. Tough loss last night, 2-1 at North Royalton. North Royalton, one of the better teams in the state.
It is, Joe, and that's purposely scheduled by Coach Ashby to have it just at the end of the Federal League season, and that tournament group that's so good up there gets his team ready on a different level. 2-1 game, so you know that Vikes are ready to go for tournament play.
And we talked about tournament play. You take a look at the teams in Stark County, Mike. I was trying to talk about that when we taped a TV show today. You got to look at Jackson maybe with that pitching staff to make a tournament run.
100% right. They're the team to beat, and certainly they were seeded accordingly as we hit the starting lineup here for the Vikings that we'll see come up here soon. Leading off, center fielder Jack Andes. He can sprint. Watch him. He makes the running game go. 2-hole, Carter Lukens playing third base. Jack Zarko playing first base, and the cleanup hitter Matt Brown as the catcher. Roman Geisman will hit 5th and continue to pitch, which is unusual. Ryan Cervanek, at the shortstop, and his brother Matt will be the DH today. Danny Holohan playing second base. That's 7. John Logston in 8-hole, and Nathan Spangler, the left fielder, will be the 9-hole hitter.
Just underway here at Hoover. Fans still coming in, and boy, you take a look at this baseball complex. at Hoover, Mike, you can't help talk about Beaver Cup, mentioned the great job they did here in constructing this facility.
Beaver Expo is amazing, Joe, across our area, but this particular job was amazing because right field had to be dropped 4 feet and dirt had to be moved over to left field to level the whole thing out before you even got a chance to put the turf down. It was a big excavation project, and it is simply beautiful. A little over $300,000 altogether. Didn't come out of school district funding, which makes it all the more of a gem.
For Louisville, their starting pitcher, Caden Cordes, don't have a lot of information on him.
No, it's a great point, Joe. When you and I were looking at it, it almost seems like a spot start.
Yes.
In the major leagues, it would be they called somebody up from AAA to handle it, and then they send them back down. So this is a spot start to hold the pitchers for the ability to get to tournament play with their starters ready to go.
For Hoover, it'll be Jack Andes, Carter Lukens, and Jack Zirko. 1, 2, 3 hitters for veteran coach Brian Ashby. They come in at 13 and 11.
I'm sorry, Joe, but you want to keep Andes off the base pass if you're Louisville. This is critical. He hits well and runs well.
Leghart, the Louisville third baseman, right in on the edge of the turf. Well scouted.
Yep. See that good first base camera and our different camera angles. If Andy's hands come up the bat, that's his bunt look. So you see the third baseman coming when he sees his hands come up the bat.
1-0 pitch, and that hits Andes right in the middle of the back. So the Vikings have a base runner here in the bottom of the first. That didn't take long.
You know, he tried to work inside thinking there might be a bunt, and he took it right into the 1 of his number on the back there. Such one way we say, taking one for the team to get on base. Now the running game could get steered up here, Joe.
Here's the Vikings third baseman, Carter Lukens. Andy's on first. Let's watch if he goes, and he does. Throw down, head first slide. He's in with a stolen base. That didn't take long.
Boy, Joe, the lead was good. And you take a look at the nice long delivery through a strike. Nice fastball. Just Andy's had a great jump as you see him finish over top of the bag. His jump was amazing. You steal that on the pitcher, not on the catcher's throwing arm.
Now let's see if Lukens tries to hit to the right side to move Andes over the third. Right back at the pitcher on a line. That is caught, and Cordes turned, but that was hit so quickly the middle infielders didn't get a chance to cover.
Yep, watch Cordes' athleticism here on the replay. It's driven right back at him. Boom, makes a catch. And great job by Andes in the running game.
Yeah.
Just freeze on the head-high liner and then get back, or otherwise he'd have been doubled up.
Here's the number 3 hitter, first baseman Jack Zarko. Andy's now out at second, hit by a pitch and stole. Now he's going to take off for third. They throw, and the ball is dropped by the third baseman. Boy, they had him dead to rights, Mike, if they hang on to the baseball.
They sure did. That was a nicely scouted Louisville move where the pitcher looked back, and then used the whirl move. Andy's was a little too aggressive. You watch here, the look back, and then here comes the whirl. Beautiful, he had him. He went ahead of the base where he should. Just an error there by third baseman Leghart.
So back-to-back stolen bases by Andes. He's now at third. And Zarko hits that one foul down that third baseline. If you got a weapon like Andes, you take advantage of it.
Boy, for sure. And you know, I believe he's the stolen base leader or record holder here at the school, so you can tell he's aggressive. You know, you have to always balance that out. You want to take the bat out of your hitter's hands sometimes either.
That one breaks inside. Now, if you're Louisville, you bring that infield in this early in the game or not?
Typically not. Joe, in this case, they're going to play for an out early in the game, unless they believe it's going to be that pitcher duel, which means then they would try to knock one down. In this case, it looks like they're going to play it normal.
That's in the dirt. And it's 2-1 on first baseman Jack Zarko. Matt Brown waiting on deck as the Vikings bat here in the bottom of the first. Cordes ready. And Zarko swings through that one. Nice pitch in the corner.
Sure was. Kept it away from him just a little bit. And Zarko just swung over the top. It's great whenever you can get that, be ahead of your hitter or get even with your hitter. 2-2 now.
You're going to look at Zarko waiting in that right-handed batter's box. Count even at 2-2. Breaking ball is low and outside. Tried to make him fish for one.
For sure. Great pitch and great hitting discipline by Zarko there, because it looked like dead center. So he's thinking, there's my fastball with 2 strikes, and it dove away and he held off.
So 3-2 on Zarco with Andes at third and only one out. Got him. Boy, nice breaking ball there on the outside corner. Maybe not a strike, but he went for it.
For sure. You take a look at from our center field camera at that pitch. Looks like it was a changeup down and away, and it had a little movement. Got Zarco out in front, and he couldn't hold up. That's a good out by the pitcher there.
There's the Vikings cleanup hitter, the catcher, Matt Brown. Andy's at third base. He was hit by a pitch, then stole second and stole third. He's still there. Outside corner, good pitch again.
Well, again, just that little breaking ball fading away there, Joe, and that's a hard one for Brown because he's probably thinking, I'm looking fastball early. So great job by the pitcher-catcher duo there to twist him up.
Infielders back in normal position right now. Mike, there's a pitch that gets by the catcher, and Andes is going to score the first run of the game.
Well, Joe, that's a manufactured run, isn't it?
Ball got by the catcher, Colton Loy, and Andes did not hesitate. He sprinted in from third base, and the Vikings lead it early, 1-0.
Yep, you see that pass ball went through the wickets, as they say. So in that case, Loy just needed to block a little lower so that open spot wasn't below him. And of course, with Andes, he only needs a little bit.
1-1 pitch to Brown. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Zaylor comes in, nice throw, and that's the third out of the inning. But the Vikings do some damage without a hit here in the bottom of the first. They lead it 1-0. We're back with more on Big Time Sports right after this.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm James here at 705 South Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover, Ohio at New Image Auto Sales. Wait a second, is this supposed to rain today? Come with me inside our massive indoor showroom because Ohio weather is so unpredictable. You can check out all our nice pre-owned vehicles inside our indoor showroom. And every car comes with a lifetime warranty and is priced at or below KBB retail. And every vehicle comes inspected prior to hitting the showroom floor so that you know exactly what you're getting. And our inventory is moving so fast. Scan the QR code to see what's available right now. Don't see what you like? Check back tomorrow. Look, car buying doesn't have to suck. Stop in here at New Image Auto Sales year-round, where we have an indoor showroom, climate-controlled, that's been family-owned and operated since 2019, where you can find your next luxury pre-owned vehicle. So scan the QR code or check out our website to see today's inventory. I'll see you soon.
Joda and Mike Galena back at North Canton Hoover High School. We move to the top half of the second inning. Louisville will send their 4, 5, and 6 hitters, taking on Roman Geiselman. Hoover with a run in the bottom of the first without a hit, Mike.
Yep, a hit by pitch, stolen base at second, error on the third baseman, a pass ball to finish it. So they manufactured that without the ball really leaving the infield.
Here's a number 4 hitter, Xander Triplett, the right fielder, takes that one outside.
With Joe, as we take a look at the great camera work done by our production team, it just really positions how beautiful this field is, this facility.
Breaking ball, Kessa's an inside corner. Well, you sit here after what you watched for years. What a transformation this has been.
Beautiful spot for fans. Got the tiered seating. You bring your own and sit. Everything's nice and tight to home plate. And they made sure that they were able to get enough depth into the outfield to, make a legitimate poke to get it out of here.
Now, center field was always a short field.
Yeah, shorter by, and yet not many balls got out. It was the most interesting thing. It was, the alleys were the deepest part, of course, then you went to your left field, right field lines, but center field was flattened, but you didn't get as many out as it once looked. Now it's a little deeper.
Comes a 3-1 pitch. That one's outside, and the Leopards have the tying run on here to lead off the second inning. As Triplett walks.
We battled, and he didn't give in. It was a great hitting discipline. let that thing be down and away. Great job, and our production team does a great job, Joe, letting us know how many times a leadoff base runner turns into runs and how many times throughout the game. It's really true that leadoff hitter on base increases your odds of scoring runs.
Here's the number 5 hitter for Louisville, first baseman, Grayson Brunoni. So triple with the walk becomes the potential tying run here in the top of the second inning. There you get a look at the left-handed hitting Brunoni.
You can see Geisman, he's that quick slide step to home plate. Not a lot of motion once he comes out of his stretch. And hitters have to be ready for that, as do base runners. He's not wasting any time. Great pickup over there by Zarco.
Mike, you grew up here in Stark County. Remember how great a rivalry Hoover and Louisville was in every sport.
For sure, they were in the same league.
Exactly.
For decades, and certainly Hoover-Louisville was a big one always. So it's quieted a little bit. I know Louisville's looking for a league, and someday, the Federal League may open that door, but right now they're playing independently, which means they play a lot of strong opponents in all sports.
Yeah, they take what they can get, unfortunately, in the scheduling department. Catcher set up outside and then took that one right over the heart of the plate.
How about getting across up there?
Yes.
Your catcher thinks, I'm setting up here, and he's coming with a breaking ball.
Makes it a 2-1 count on Brunoni.
Hitters count, see if they put the runner in motion down there.
He doesn't go, and that ball is above the strike zone, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, if you're Geiselman here, you want to make sure that you make him hit the thing. In other words, challenge him and make him produce rather than you creating the free pass. Let your defense pick him up, particularly in a double play situation like we're in now.
Triplet stays put, and that hits the outside corner.
Great pitch, and a great one to take in this case if you're Brunoni. Don't give in to that outside corner. Now he's got to manage here. We say expect a strike, but still hit a strike.
3-2 pitch on the way to Brunoni. Inside, that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Roman Geiselman as the Leopards in business here in the top of the second inning.
Catcher set in dead center, just wants a strike, ran him inside half. Brunoni did a nice job of that at-bat and got something going on.
Number 15, Brock Leghart.
Here's the number 6 hitter for Tyler Drapick, the third baseman, Brock Leghart.
Oh, Joe, this is situational baseball. Runners on, nobody out, so do you bunt the thing, move it over? It looks like Hoover's on the cut of the grass in the corner, so they're going to expect it. Watch the hands come up the bat. If they do, it's a bunt situation.
Check swing, takes it for a strike.
Right there, it looked, body language wasn't even thinking bunt. So we'll see if Coach Drapick changes that now.
With the second baseman going over, maybe the cover leads a little bit of a gap there on that right side.
There's always that, you want to maybe show a bunt and pull it back to get him moving.
Outside corner for a called strike.
Now he's got him in the hole.
Take the bunt off here.
For sure, typically in this spot, given the hitting order, Brunoni's, he's a big RBI guy, so I think they're going to let him swing away. Contact for him is the important thing here. Make Hoover handle the baseball.
That one just misses. Pretty good pitch there by Geiselman.
We used to say that's a tough one to take if you're the hitter. And let's see if Geiselman challenges him, or at 1 and 2, he can bring that breaking ball again, get him out on the front foot.
Triplet out at second. Brunoni at first. Both got walks from Geiselman here in the top of the second. That's hit foul, hit hard down that right field line, maybe 10 feet outside the line. That's extra bases and 2 runs scored if it gets inside.
Amen to that, Joe, for sure. Leghart did a nice job there because that ball was away, and he didn't do too much, as they say. Just took his barrel to it and flared it. Let's see where Geiselman goes at 1 and 2 with him in this case. The chess match, or the game within the game now.
Long look in at the catcher, Matt Brown. We're ready at 1 and 2. And that one hits him. So the second batter that's been hit today, once for Hoover and now for Louisville, but for the Leopards, that loads them up here in the top of the second inning.
Yep, his release point, Joe, stayed up and out just a little bit, and so that ball's going to tail. And so 2 walks and it hits batsman, load the bases up.
Going to have a little meeting at the mound after that one, Mike. 2 walks and a hit batsman, and right now, bases loaded, nobody out for Louisville. They trail by a run.
With the old phrase, threatening the big inning. So this mound visit is twofold. One, he's going to make sure the situations are right here, because you could have squeeze. You want to make sure you're doing correct things, handling the baseball there. Are you going to play corners in, which means first and third, and go 4-1 with your double play, and then play double play in the middle? They talked about all that. Then finally, just got to settle Geisman down. Say, let's throw a strike here, buddy. Trust yourself.
I got Tyler Drabick talking to his base runners. I'm sure he's saying, watch those line drives go through. Don't get doubled up.
You're right on it, Joe. You got a head-high liner. They say freeze on the head-high liner. So that front foot should be like a break. Boom. If it's a head-high line drive.
If I had a quarter for every time I heard that in high school, I'd be a rich man.
And still kids don't follow along. They're frisky.
Here's Colton Loy. Louisville catcher, number 7 hitter. Leopards trying to win another one. As we mentioned in the top of the show, they are playing their best baseball right now. Won 4 out of their last 5. So they're ready to go tournament action. They'll be over at Alliance Friday night.
Yep, that'll be a good one.
And the Aviators are 17-7. That'll be a good game.
They sure are, hitting that 7th seed, playing at home. That's an old league match from the old Northeastern Buckeye Conference. And that's a story to be told here as the innings unfold.
Guys have been way ahead on Loy at 0-2. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Leopards. And called strike 3 on the corner. Good pitch by Geiselman to get that first out of the inning.
Great to see Geisman compete. Watch him. He hits the catcher's glove on the corner. Boom. Right there. And the catcher does a nice job of framing it, freezing it, pulling it up. Great comeback there. The mound visit settled him down. Great to see pitch ahead there.
Here's the number 8 hitter, designated hitter, Jake Beard. He's hitting for the starting pitcher, Caden Cordes. Leopards all over the base paths right now here in the top of the 2nd. Triple at 3rd. Brunoni at 2nd. Leghard at 1st. 1 out.
Yeah, back in the day, Joe, when the Pittsburgh Pirates had their turf field, they'd call it bugs on the rug.
That's exactly right.
It's bugs on the rug here for the Leps.
Line drive, base hit, left field. That'll score 1. Ball is bobbled out there by the left fielder, but they're going to hold him at 3rd. Base is still loaded, but an RBI single by Jack Beard has scored triplet, and we're tied at 1-1.
We did a nice job hailing that pitch on the inside half. Watch him roll his hands over, whoop, and got it into the left side. Timely hit there. And you're right, the bobble in left field could have produced that 2nd run. They held up.
Well, nobody out. I think Tyler Drabick doesn't want to get that first runner thrown out. He's got an opportunity for a big inning. 1 out here in the top of the 2nd. Base is still loaded. Here's Max Roberts, the 2nd baseman.
The 9-hole hitter many times is what we call a double leadoff, Joe. So the skill set's the same in the 9 as it is in the 1. So you got to make sure you handle the bat, and Hoover's got to be prepared for it. It's like a double leadoff hitter.
Well, for Jack Beard, that single to left field was our first hit of the game.
Yes, sir. Timely.
Hit it hard.
And normally a harmless single, unless you're hitting batsmen and walking hitters.
Boy, good pitch right down the middle of the plate. We're all even at 1-1. So the Vikings with 1 in the bottom of the 1st. Louisville has answered with 1 here in the top of the 2nd. And the bases are still loaded and only 1 out. Line drive up the middle. That's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run will score, and that's all they'll get as Andes comes in from center field to field that one quickly. But back-to-back singles by Beard and Roberts, and the Leopards now lead it 2-1.
Boy, how about the 9-hole hitter?
Now batting for the Leopards.
Take a look at that single up the middle. Great job, camera guys. Andes comes through, finishes right to his first baseman on the relay, keeps everything in check. Good defense, great timely hitting.
Now moving to the top of the order, leadoff man Luke Seaman. Base is still loaded. Still only 1 out. Leopards with 2 runs in. That is hit just fouled on that right field line. Just missed the bag by about a foot, Mike.
Well, it sure did, and Seaman did a great job tracking that pitch and using his good eye-hand coordination. That was just a quick flare. And you're right, that might have cleared him.
So the Leopards taking advantage of 2 walks and a hit batsman to score 2 runs here in the top of the second to take a 2-1 lead. That's hit right off the handle, looked like, down that right side.
Yep, she fisted him there.
Yes.
And Joe, a lot of folks will talk about baseball in its unique way. When you get production from your 8- and 9-hole hitters, like that happened there with the bases loaded, that's bonus baseball because you're expecting it now from the top.
0-2 pitch. That one misses outside.
It's a good pitch by Geisman to just go out there and see if he can get him to chase something. The Vikings are going to play the force out at home at this point, so all the infielders are at the cut of the grass now, ready to exchange 4-1.
That's hit foul.
And Joe, you see that very quickly there with our broad camera angle. That also means as a hitter, you just need to catch a little green grass over their heads.
That's right.
Because all those angles are gone now to track it down. Push it through or lift it.
1-2 count on Luke Seaman. Leopards with 2 in. Looking for more. That one just misses. Seaman grounded out to the pitcher.
Yes, he did, back through the middle.
Yep.
Brown did a nice job of holding that and framing it. It missed outside, but it's a little memory bank for future pitches.
Fouls that one back with that infield in, Mike. That second base runner. That is Beard, I believe. He can get a little better lead now if they're bringing that infield in.
He sure can. His rule is to track his shortstop because where the second bit, there's no coverage there. So if his shortstop's not doing anything, he can go as far as his shortstop.
Line drive, right field. That's going to drop for another hit. One more run will score. Bases remain loaded on an RBI single to right field by Luke Seaman. Now 3-1 Leopards.
Boy, Joe, great job of hitting. Watch this from the center field camera. He takes his barrel to the ball and just flares it. Great hitting. You don't do anything other than barrel to the ball and then finish your swing to that right side. Great job by Seaman.
Now goes Cody Zaylor, the Leopards shortstop, number 2 hitter in the lineup. Seaman becomes a runner at first. Beard over at third, and Max Roberts out at second. That's hit in the air toward left field, pretty well hit. Left fielder going back, that's Spangler. He'll make the catch, and nobody tags up.
No,
that
Joe,
surprised me.
That's right. Brunoni had a base running error there. Simply meant he didn't know how many outs there were. As you take a look at what we would call a wonderful sacrifice fly, boom. Does a nice job turn it. Zaylor sends it out there where it belongs. Left fielder makes a great catch. And it's going to bring it into his relay system, but Brunoni got tangled up on his number of outs and had to go back.
It almost looked like he'd gone back and touched her because Spangler was backing up when he caught that ball.
For sure, he could have.
Yeah.
He could have, Joe, you're right.
Hit hard to right field. Coming in the right field, that's going to hold up and make the catch. That ball's off the end of the bat. Looked like it was hit harder than it actually was, Mike, for the third out of the inning. But the Vikings put 3 across here in the top of the second. We move to the bottom of the second. It's Louisville 3, Hoover 1.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way. And when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime, we picked the best program.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Ready for adventure? The 2025 Chevrolet Equinox is here. With its sleek design, advanced safety features, and spacious interior, the Equinox is built for your next journey. It combines performance with efficiency. Find yours at Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. Locally trusted, family-owned, and dedicated to your driving needs, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota makes finding your dream car easy.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
Joe Dunn, Mike Galena back at Dick Miller Field at North Canton Hoover High School. We're moved to the bottom of the second inning. It's Louisville 3 and Hoover 1. And for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second inning, it'll be their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Geiselman and the Cervenak brothers at 6 and 7.
When if you're Cordes, you get that little bit of a lead, stay ahead of hitters. Pitching coach says nothing else to you other than stay ahead of your hitters with this lead that we've built.
Caden Cordes on the mound for Louisville. Throws that one above the strike zone.
Tried that little breaking ball. What's nice about that, Joe, is you change the eye level of the hitter just enough that if you show it, it can still look fastball and ride in and you confuse and fuel him. So let's see what he does here. The center field camera does great.
1-1 pitch. Right at the knees, inside for a ball.
There was a little action on that fastball, Joe. That's the indicator of a two-seamer that just rode in a little bit, but you could tell he had confidence in it because he ripped that one in there.
Boy, nice pitch. Little check swing and swung right through it.
Changeup comes right off of that fastball. It's the best. It all looks the same right out of your hand, and it almost backs up there. And in this case, you saw Geiselman way out on his front foot, couldn't hold back. That's a great two-pitch sequence there by Cordes.
So Cordes has him 2-2, and now he'll go a full count as that ball goes right above the helmet of Geiselman.
About his confidence in that breaking ball, Joe. He tried to come back with it. Now, if you're Geiselman, you're saying he's coming change-up or fastball. So I'm going to take a peek at this thing and be ready to go.
Here comes that 3-2 pitch. And swings through it and fouls it. Just got a piece of that one.
Yep, protected there, as they say. Get through it, live for another pitch. Expect a strike, hit a strike when it's a full count.
Cordes ready again. Ground ball right at the third baseman. Backhands that one. Nice play there by Brock Leghart. 5 through in the play for the first out of the inning.
Joe's a great play. Watch Leghart as you see this thing work to the right side of your screen. He backhands this, does a great job though getting balanced, and then he stayed behind his throw and threw a strike. That's fundamental baseball from a third baseman. Well done.
Here's the Hoover shortstop, Ryan Cervenak. It'll be Ryan Cervenak, then Matt Cervenak, the 6 and 7 hitters for head coach Brian Ashby. As Ryan fouls that one back to the right side.
So he's got 9 ribbies on the year and hitting .313, and that swing showed why there. That was a good-looking baseball swing, attacking the baseball.
There's been some good shortstops here at Hoover through the years.
Amen to that as you see that next change-up coming.
That's a foul ball. Took a high hop before the bag. Brock Leghart stayed with that one. Good call by that home plate umpire early.
For sure, you see those hands, both hands go up, that means it's foul. But you're right, you can go to Ashby's right away, taking ourselves back, and In the Coach Height years, she had just always say those wonderful athletes that played shortstop. 0-2, so let's play the game here. If you're the pitcher, Cordes, and you're going to get a chance to see it a couple different angles here, he should not be hitting a strike. So let's see what kind of pitch he uses out of the strike zone.
0-2, and that one's outside right at home plate.
Yep, brought that little breaking ball middle away.
Who's the quarterback of the infield? The catcher or the shortstop? I always thought it was the shortstop.
Well, always talk about the battery mate. So
Yes.
the pitcher, catcher, your catcher's definitely going to make sure he's managing the game. Your shortstop's your athlete quarterback, for sure.
1-2. That one misses inside.
Yeah, good miss. Up and in on the hands with a fastball. No barrel going to get to that ball, so that's a good strike. Great camera angle here to watch this battle.
Swung through a good fastball right in the hands.
Yep, got up over on those hands. That's a great pitch.
Second out of the inning.
Watch this thing. It stays just above the hands in the strike zone. Couldn't catch up to it. Great pitch there by Cordes. For a guy that's not thrown many innings, Joe. He's
looking good.
He sure is. He's managing the game as a pitcher beautifully. Competing, staying ahead of hitters.
There's a Vikings designated hitter, Matt Cervenak, hitting today for the left fielder, Nathan Spangler.
You know, Joe, it's something to watch here. Watch Cordes. He's actually using a stretch instead of a windup as a starter with nobody on. So you know what his role has been most of the year.
Plus, he's more comfortable, I'm sure. You want to teach something he's not comfortable with.
For sure. And when you think about comfort, now he's set regardless.
Yes.
Base is empty or base paths crowded, he feels the same way out there. It is a preference. It's fun to pay attention to see what guys choose.
Breaking ball breaks inside as the Vikings bat with 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing the Leopards of Louisville 3-1.
You know, Joe, if the Vikes can get into deeper counts where you have Cordes throwing more pitches, since the old phrase is get that pitch count up, then you can get on him a little bit later, mid to late in the innings of the game.
3-0 count, automatic fastball right there at the knees.
Yep. Good take, make him throw it.
Don't want to put that hit sign on this early in the game at 3-0.
No, that's true. That'd be the green light on your own.
Oh, yeah. You better hit it good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because you're looking for base runners.
Yes.
Hoover's good when they get runners on base, creating traffic out there. So you're right. You don't want to give in to that too quickly.
Big pitch here by Caden Cordes. And that one misses outside, and the Vikings have a base runner with 2 out here in the bottom of the second.
Yep, good hold on that.
Now batting for the Vikings.
Notice that little breaking ball came through the zone high, just through the eyes there. Good job by the umpire. Cervenak did a nice job.
Here's the number 8 hitter in this Viking lineup, second baseman Danny Holohan. Matt Cervenak, now the runner at first with 2 out. Vikings trying to get something going, down by 2, but it's early in the game.
It is, and that's the big question. Do you try to get a little running game going at this point because you feel like you can and get a guy into scoring position? A lot of signs being relayed there. Want to know? You know, Joe, if you're a running team and that's how you're built, then it's not surprising here if you get that extra half step and he's just gone.
There goes Cervenak. There's the throw down. Hop to the left side of the shortstop covering the bag, and that's a stolen base for Matt Cervenak. Gets in scoring position with 2 out.
Shows bunt just to get that catcher's eye. Had that throw been on the first base side, there might have been a closer play. But that puts your runner in scoring position with 2 outs. If you can just push that base knock through there, you're going to really challenge an outfielder.
Vikings down by 2 at 3-1. They scored their lone run in the first inning. Leopards came back with 3 here in the top of the second. That's hit in the air on the right side. First baseman coming over. Catcher, they're going to look at that one, drop foul just over the screen.
Yep, you always take that look, particularly on that pop-up in behind home plate. There's a tendency that they come back to you. And your catcher's body language is usually pretty good. If you see him tracking it and he flips that mask, then you know he's thinking there's a shot. Love this angle here as you're watching this at-bat unfold with the shortstop not paying any attention to the runner, so the runner can get that extra half step.
3-2 on the corner right there. Now we're all at 3-2. 2 out here in the bottom of the second.
Great pitch and a great job by the hitter at this point. Houlihan. Now he's got to be ready to go.
Ground ball right at the shortstop. Low throw picked out of there by Brunoni. 6-3 in the play. The Vikings get a runner at second, can't bring him home. We've played 2 full innings here at Dick Miller Field. It's Louisville 3 and Hoover 1.
Moment. It doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
C.H. Fallison Associates in North Canton is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams with our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern. Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations. Novelis is a global leader in flat-rolled aluminum and the world's largest aluminum recycler. Together, we forged a world-class team delivering high-quality products globally. We extend our positive impact by supporting local schools and community organizations. Novelis Uricksville cheers on students and families across various schools. Novelis Uricksville is rooting for you. Learn more at novelis.com.
It's March, baby, and Simpson Heating and Cooling is bringing the heat. And the shot is up. The shot is up. You call that a shot? Why don't we get somebody to teach these guys about the game of hoops?
What do you think, Coach? So I thought you said these guys were all-stars.
They are a lot more professional here in their installation. Check out this installation. He's got 1 turn. He makes 2 turns. Wow! Sweet banana. We have got a full installation.
Now I see what you meant when you were talking about all-stars. These guys know what they're doing.
Somebody call for an all-star?
When madness hits your home, choose Simpson.
We move to the top of the 3rd inning here at Dick Miller Field. North Canton Hoover High School. Louisville leads the Vikings 3-1.
Now batting for the Leopards, number 16, Xander.
It'll be their
Triplett.
4, 5, and 6 hitters for Tyler Drabick, Xander Triplett, Grayson Brunoni, and Brock Leghart. Big inning, last inning for the Leopards. They pushed 3 runs across. They got 2 walks, got a hit batter, and then had back-to-back singles by Beard, Roberts, and Seaman to score 3.
What a great summary, Joe. They hit by pitch and the bases on balls, but then the timely singles that just kept adding into runs. And you notice Geisman came right out and challenged the zone there.
That ball's hit in the air towards center field, but right at Jack Andes for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great job there by Geisman as you watch that replay. He brings it right down Main Street. Try to cut it inside. Great job here, and you take a look at the center fielder tracking that. Andy's We say that's a great baseball play for your pitcher because it gives them confidence.
There you got a quick look at Grayson Brunoni. Batting with one out here in the top of the third inning. Brunoni walked and scored last inning.
He actually leads their team in doubles this year, Joe, with 4. So a good bat. There you go, leaving that ball out. Sometimes you don't know, like you do in league play, what hitters' tendencies are. Here, this is a non-leaguer, so you're just challenging the strike zone.
That is hit hard to right field. Solid single by Brunoni. Might be the hardest hit ball we've had today, Mike.
Boy, for sure, he rolled over on that. Did a great job, top hand over. Watch his swing here as a lefty. It's a pure lefty swing. Top hand rolls right over, whoop, takes the barrel to it, and that ball stays down and hard.
Here's the third baseman, Brock Leghart. He was hit by a pitch last inning and scored. Takes that one outside.
A little off speed there. You saw guys say, I'm going to take a little off, see if I can get him out front. That's usually a ground ball style pitch. And your infielders love it.
Good pitch there by Geiselman.
With another off speed, he stayed committed to it. Same pitch as the last time and took even more off. Doesn't look like Brunoni's got a big lead at first, so Geiselman will work even quicker to home plate.
1-1, that ball's hit in the air down that right field line. Coming in a hurry is Logsdon, and that's going to drop foul out of play.
Heck of a run there by Logsdon. Probably had a 50-yard dash in that from where he was positioned. And ball keeps working away from the outfielder, particularly the right fielder, from a right-handed batter. It's spraying away, so it's even a tougher rundown. Joe, one nice thing about having a turf field and it's raining a little bit.
It can take a lot of water.
It can take water. You can play on there as long as you can see.
That one breaks outside and high. Got us all even at 2-2. Xander Triplett started this inning by flying out to Jack Andes. Then Brunoni with a solid single to right, and that's where we're at right now. One out, one on. Leghart standing in at 2-2 and fouls that one down the right side.
Boy, Geiselman did a great job. He's got better command of his breaking ball this half inning, Joe, pitch for pitch, than we've seen him in the first couple innings. And he's got some confidence in it because he's going back to it quicker.
First time, of course, we've seen Louisville, but after talking to Tyler Drabick on our TV show last week, been impressed with the way they're hitting the ball offensively. They're pretty aggressive.
Boy, as you hear that from him, it is borne out in the statistics over that last 8 games.
Yes.
Particularly for their last 5, but you could go back a little further. But you're right, scoring runs and not giving many up. And you can tell the hitting approach has been solid. Brunoni not sure whether he should be moving or not. See if the sign was in or not, so we'll see. It's full count. You could start a runner and trust your hitter.
Brunoni doesn't go, and that is hit in the air. Catcher looking up into the raindrops and makes the catch. Good concentration by Matt Brown for the second out of the inning.
Joe, absolutely about concentration. His skills were perfect there where he found the ball. The replay will be great with this. It pops up. Your job as a catcher is to get your back to the infield as fast as you can. So there he checks, gets his back to the infield, throws the gear opposite. Did a great job tracking it with the raindrops, joining him in his mitt.
I was never a catcher, Mike, but they tell us those pop-ups will always come back to you. The spin will bring it back to you.
Absolutely. Something about it. That's why your back is to the infield.
Yes.
It's going to come back to you.
A lot of young catchers learn that the hard way.
You see them trying to track one down and they squeeze and it pops out.
Yes.
And they wondered what happened. Well, it was working out of your glove from the start.
Sure. Here's Colton Loy, was called out on strikes last inning. Brunoni still at first, now with 2 out.
I'm not sure about Brunoni's ability to run, but if they could predict a breaking ball and get him started, we call that stealing a steal. And great job there by Geiselman just to take a peek. Don't let him get comfortable with the rhythm over there. Pitcher's job is to create the rhythm. This first base camera angle is beautiful. Geisman's right heel stays down when he begins to deliver. Brunoni can go.
Breaking ball stays out of the strike zone. If we look out at center fielder Jack Andes playing shallow, which tells me he has a lot of confidence in his ability to cover a lot of ground.
Yep, he's on the top of the Hoover Viking symbol out there.
A lot of space behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Line drive, solid single to left field. That's going to be picked up by the left fielder Spangler. He's going to hold Brunoni at second. Loy becomes the runner at first. 2 out, and here is the designated hitter, Jake Beard.
We watched Loy here hitting 262. He stayed back. Joe, it was great hitting there. He stayed back and then exploded through the ball when it got to the zone. Big difference than being out in front and wasting a whole lot of power.
Two solid base hits in this inning, Mike. One by Brunoni and now one by Colton Loy.
Yep, one from the left side, one from the right side.
Designated hitter Jack Beard single, drove in a run last inning.
Geisman leads there with that curveball inside. Yeah, you're right, your DH is usually a guy that's putting the ball in play. So aggressive hitter. Let's see how he manages Geisman.
A lot of umbrellas going up here at the stadium.
Joe, we're blessed to be just above those umbrellas.
That's right.
And in a wonderful press box.
You're not out of the elements like you're used to.
You're right. That's a great way to say.
That's an inside joke.
You're not always in a really nice press box.
That's exactly right. Take what they give you.
That's right. As we've had experiences where we don't have one at all and squeeze in about 3 feet between the backstop and the brick wall. But like the troopers this team was, called it like we had a Taj Mahal.
That's exactly right. 2-1 pitch. That one breaks outside at now 3-1. So Geisman 1 pitch away from loading up the bases for the second straight inning.
Boy, Joe, if you're Geisman, you're thinking, I don't think breaking ball's a good idea right now here at 3-1. I'm going to challenge him. So see something straight.
That's hit hard. Boy, quick move there. I think it's Tyler Drabick coaching third, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah, that quick move, little kick save almost.
He can dance down there. TB would be the right guy at the third base box. His basketball skills would have come into play.
That's right.
Great challenge there by Geisman, and Beard was up to the task. He snapped through that zone.
That's it in the air, and the left center fielder. Andes is going to call that one. Drifting back, looking up, and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So Geisman works out of it. The Leopards threaten but don't score as we now move to the bottom half of the third inning. And we're going to take a look, I think, Mike, at some of the fans that are here for this baseball game. They've weathered the raindrops and they're here for the full duration of this one.
Look at the troopers. Now, those are the high schoolers.
They don't care what the weather is.
We are not putting up an umbrella. But the cool thing here now is we start to see a fan cam. You're going to see who those umbrellas really connect with. You see Nike, you see Ohio State. Got a Louisville Leopard, blue and black there. Yep, look, it's fun to see what folks bring as their equipment and who's toughing it out as you look around. But they were prepared, I think.
They sure are.
As the majority of the fans that you see on the cam.
Our fan cam brought to you by New Image Auto Sales. They're inviting everyone to stop down at their showroom, take a look at the outstanding variety of vehicles they have, and we appreciate everything that New Image Auto Sales does for big time sports.
How about that little enclosure? That looks like bringing your Loge with you, Joe. See there, the blue zip up there at the end of the Louisville Leopard dugout. That is somebody has been through this a lot of times.
Yes, that's a veteran move there.
Great summary. I'll bet they have food in there, drinks.
They may be watching us for all we know.
Get some seeds, you know. True baseball mom probably underneath.
Exactly. Well, we move to the bottom of the third inning. And for the Vikings, it'll be the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, John Logston. Then we'll move to the top of the order, and Jack Andes and Carter Lukens. Vikings with 1 run in the first inning when Andes was hit by a pitch stole second, stole third, and eventually scored. And he got a new pitcher, Mike.
Yep, Tate Aljancic has taken the mound, number 7. And
there's a familiar name.
Yeah, that name should make you smile and say, yep, coming off of a great basketball state championship. He was a vital cog in that. That whole family for years has fed Louisville Leopard athletics with just the highest of quality. So we'll see now that Cordes moved on, did a great job. Got through to 2 complete. Turns it over to Aljancic.
Here's a number 9 hitter, John Logson. If I'm not mistaken, Tate Aljancic is headed to Malone to play basketball and pitch for the Pioneers.
How about that? That's the opportunity when you're a multi-sport player who can compete at the highest level. You find a school like a Malone that's willing to work that out.
We had him on the TV show earlier this year, and very impressive young man. That one misses the corner.
Yep.
What a sports year it's been for Louisville, huh?
Well, that basketball season was just magical.
It was. Swings through that one. So you go from Caden Cordes to Tate Aljancic.
You've got the more pure pitcher, it looks like, over the top from the wind. Good change up there.
Going to throw on now for the out. Colton Lloyd throws on to Bernoni for the first out of the inning.
Take a look at this. Great job. Got the change up. It's back in his hand, so it looks fastball, but then it dies right at the end. That's a great pitch. Catcher back there. Lloyd did a nice job of keeping it out of the runner. Get that lead out.
Move to the top of the order for head coach Brian Ashby and the Vikings. Center fielder Jack Andes has scored the lone run of the game for Hoover. Vikings trail in this one 3-1. Still early as we play in the bottom of the 3rd.
We lead in strikes, isn't he? You can tell that athlete competitor.
He's an impressive pitcher. That breaking ball is fisted foul down the right field line.
Yep, you can tell as they're putting this one together. Aljancic not necessarily one of their starters throughout the year, but certainly has come on, I'm sure, since the basketball season to work more innings. So this just makes them deeper as they get into tournament play.
There's a good look at Andes, who hits that one foul just over the screen by the Hoover dugout.
This is a great matchup, Joe. Andy's hitting .333. He's got 4 triples and 11 RBIs, so he puts a charge in the ball, and he's seeing a very proven athletic pitcher in Aljancic.
Get a look at it. And that is hit to the right fielder, and that's going to drop. Good decision. I'm not sure if he wanted to come in and try and get that one at the shoe tops, but that skips by him with Andy's speed. That could be another run.
Yep. Andy's, watch him go up and get this pitch again. Up in the zone, he flares the barrel to it, and his athletic eye-hand coordination sprayed it there. And to your point, Joe, great job there by Triplett playing that to a single.
Here's Carter Lukens. Boy, lined out to the pitcher back in the 1st inning. There you get a look at Carter Lukens. Lukens is a pretty athletic name here in North Canton.
Absolutely. You can go back to Kurt Lukens.
Yes.
And keep on coming. And they were all great athletes. Now, speaking of this is a good little Andy's matchup against Aljancic.
Andy's had back-to-back stolen bases that resulted in a Vikings run in the 1st inning. He was hit by a pitch. Didn't hesitate. He stole second, stole third, and eventually scored. Okay, good look at with that lead.
That's a great camera angle, guys.
There he goes again. One hop throw, and that is going to be another stolen base for Andes, his 3rd of the game.
Yep, boy, he did a perfect jump there. As you watch the angle here, delivers down low, catcher Lloyd does a nice job of exchanging, but again, Andes is such a good jump, Joe. Good base stealing threat.
Still only 1 out as Lucan is waiting on the 2-0 pitch, and that is hit in the air. Is there going to be enough room? That's going to be right over the screen to the left of us. Out of play. Count goes to 2-1.
Just beyond the igloo there.
Yes.
Yep. Now this is where, when we saw Andy's before, he took a liberty and tried to steal third. Now he's got a great hitter in Lukens with hands, and Lukens' job to get the ball the right side, move the runner up. So if you're Andy's, if you're not sure, let your teammate move that baseball for you.
Boy, a big hole in that right side of the infield. And that gets by the catcher. I don't think he realized that it was dropped, and now Lukens takes off and is thrown out at first. I don't think he realized that the catcher did not catch that. Hesitated for a minute, it might have cost him.
And that's interesting. It almost seemed like it might have been a foul ball, too.
Yeah, they're talking about it, but
I don't see the umpires conversing.
Lukens took a long look back at the home plate umpire before he went into the dugout. He may have thought he foul tipped that one, but we'll watch it one more time with you.
Keeps that pitch up. Watch where it's up near the chest eyes, and that's a tough look at 2 strikes, and it didn't foul tip. Everybody was.
Jack Zarko hits that one to the third baseman. Leghart comes on and throws. And the Vikings threaten again as Andes gets as far as third base. That's all they get. So we have played 3 full innings here at North Canton. It is the Louisville Leopards 3, North Canton Vikings 1. We're right back after this timeout.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Attention golfers, be sure to visit Willie's Custom Golf in Stroudsburg. Willie's features 3 TrackMan simulators to sharpen your game. Enjoy the outdoor and indoor driving range and browse in our fully stocked pro shop. Private lessons available from our golf professionals. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Willie's Custom Golf has it all. For
what draws us together? What keeps us grinding long into the night? What drives us to excel? To give it everything we have? It's the moment. We're ready to show up. Are you?
Joe Dunn, Mike Galena, Big Time Sports. Glad you joined us. Louisville at Hoover today in Stark County High School baseball. And right now the Leopards lead at 3-1 as they come to bat here in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Max Roberts. Then the top of the order, Luke Seaman and Cody Zahler. We'll take that one low.
Boy, Joe, when you see that 9-hole hitter get ahead in the count, right away you're thinking you don't want walk that 9-hole hitter.
Roberts is 1 for 1 with an RBI single in the 2nd inning. He was part of that 3-run rally that the Leopards had, and that's why they lead it right now 3-1.
Yep, Beard and Roberts came through with back-to-back singles.
Boy, good fastball right at the knees.
Good pitch to come back to. Now he wants to get that count even. Get that thing back to 2-2.
Yeah, get a look at Geiselman. Now you take a look at Max Roberts.
Like how Geiselman's competing. You know, Joe, coming into the day, he had pitched 21 innings. And he only given up 5 hits and walked only 8. So he was doing a nice job of staying ahead of the game, so to speak, and managing it.
2-2 pitch to Roberts. And that one is on the corner for a called strike, first out of the inning.
Boy, great pitch by Guys, watch this from the center field. Catcher sits up outside and boom, frames it and lifts it. That's the knees. Great pitch by Geisman. Great battery work by Brown.
Top of the order, here's Luke Seaman. 1 for 2 this afternoon with a single in the second inning. Leopards trying to add on as they lead it right now 3-1. There's the bunt. Good one down that first baseline, and nobody's going to cover. And Seaman with a headfirst dive is safe with a single.
Boy, what a great push bunt. Fundamentally, this will be great to watch again. As he takes this, watch this from our center field camera. Barrel stays above it, so he pushes the bunt to the right side. Boom. And so now it's in no man's land. Pitcher, first baseman, pitcher, first baseman. Who gets it? And with the speed of a Seaman, that was perfectly placed. Textbook push bunt.
So second hit of the game for Luke Seaman. He's now 2 for 3. And there's Cody Zaylor, the shortstop.
Boy, Joe, you talk about that leadoff hitter setting the table and creating offensive energy. You can tell Seaman does that well.
Let's see if he takes off now. There he goes, first pitch. Throw down, it's a good one. And they got him. Perfect throw there by Matt Brown to cut down Luke Seaman.
Boy, Joe, you called it. But watch this great fastball, so he keeps it up in the strike zone. So he can handle it good. What exchange there by Brown. Threw it sliding side. Great play. Pitcher to catcher to finishing at second base.
Yeah, Ryan Cervenak with the tag, and good throw by veteran catcher Matt Brown.
Boy, and what that does, Joe, is you take a look. That's 2 outs, nobody on. It keeps that game in check.
That, of course, is our Papa Bears big play replay, and there may be more to come. We got a long way to go in this one.
For sure. And you just like how the pitchers are competing, hitters have settled in, and the defenders have handled the baseball.
Boy, swung through that one.
Yep. Great curveball there. Took a little off, as they always say, and you watch the hitter when they lean into that pitch, they're already spent before it gets to the strike zone.
Geisel ready. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. That's hit foul against the screen down that right side. You wonder how much Tyler Drabick, who we mentioned was a grade 3 sports star, how much he wants this game coming back to Hoover.
You know, you're right, Joe. A little mixed emotion, I'm sure.
I would think so.
You know, I want to make sure my guys perform well and compete well.
Don't embarrass me.
Let's get that. If we get to win, that's a bonus, but let's show good program approach here. Because he knows it's a great program.
There you have a little conference with Brian Ashby, the home plate umpire.
I think it was the announcing of a pinch hitter that was taking place there. He was trying to figure that out.
Now you're going to see a conference at the mound. There's Tyler Drabick coming in to talk to the 2 umpires.
Yep, they're checking to see, was it properly announced? And they'll get that all figured out. And give
What's
us
the right
look.
procedure? Just notifying the home plate umpire?
Yeah, so that your other book can have that announced correctly. So you see a lot of time in Major League Baseball, you see the home plate umpire get out a little card and write, and they'll point. That means the batter's been announced. None of that happened. And so we'll see whether that was done before the inning happened, which is typically what you do, or right in the minute you're going to run across and tell them. None of that happened, so that's why this is a conversation worth having.
I'll say hi to you from my
Still talking at home plate as we play here with.
Yep, this will be an out because the hitter was not properly announced.
And that'll be the end of the inning.
Yes.
Somebody picked that one up in the dugout, so the Leopards get a base hit from Seaman, and that's all they get as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still Louisville 3, Hoover 1, right here on Big Time Sports.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Dumont Sporting Goods has been outfitting winning teams since 1977. Put Doug Clark and his experienced staff to work for your team. See them for school jackets, silk screening, and embroidery. Dumont's is especially proud to be your exclusive area Russell Athletic Team Specialist. All of the name brands you love close to home. That's Dumont's Sporting Goods on Tuscarawas Avenue in downtown Dover. Team specialist since 1977.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams with our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern.
Joe Dunn, Mike Galena back at North Canton Hoover High School. We were watching Stark County baseball right here on Big Time Sports as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Louisville 3 and Hoover 1, and we've got our third pitcher of the game already for Louisville, and Blake Johnson is his name, Mike.
Yep, coming with the southpaw, 1-1 on the year. So you can tell that Coach Dravic has made a decision to chop these innings up with his pitchers, have all the innings necessary as he heads into tournament play.
Would you call this a bullpen game, maybe?
I love how you go there because we hear it so often,
yes,
particularly in Major League Baseball. In high school, it's not so much that you're caught without a starter because of playing so many games. It's preserving the innings of those that you need. So in high school, the bullpen game has a little different meaning, but end result is you want to keep your starters as fresh and ready to go as you can.
And they'll all be ready for the Alliance Aviators on Friday night. First tournament game for Louisville. That should be a good one. We mentioned the Aviators are 17-7 as we speak. They're playing at home, and that'll be a good one.
For sure, they're no strangers, and certainly the kids play a lot of summer ball, crossover in their sports, so that'll be spirited as well as tournament energy surrounding that game.
For the Vikings here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be Matt Brown, Roman Geiselman, and Ryan Cervenak. Vikings down by 2 at 3-1.
4-5-6 against the lefty, Joe.
Here's Blake Johnson, and throws that one inside.
Great look. Most hitters, when they see a different pitch, particularly from the left side, they're looking for his arm slot. So where is he getting rid of the ball? And once I get used to that from the left side, then I get my swing on.
That one breaks right at his face for a 2-0 count.
Whether he meant it or not, sometimes I say that's the show me pitch.
Yes.
I'm going to show you that I have it. Now I might do something down and away or spray you outside.
That one's a better pitch right at the knees.
Yep, challenging right now. So let's get back in there. 2-1, see if he can get it to 2-2.
Matt Brown is 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning. And that one is inside, and it's now 3-1. The one thing you don't want to do, if you've got a 2-run lead against a good Hoover team, don't put anybody on base.
No, and they like the running game. So the more they can get people on base, the better fuel it is for their offense.
3-1, and that one, I believe, hit him, and it did. Well, it's the second time a Viking has been hit today. Andy's got hit to lead off the bottom of the first. Now Brown gets hit to lead off here the bottom of the fourth.
Yep, you see he lost that one inside right away. Well, didn't even start in the zone. And of course, when it does that, it's into the batter's box. Let's see what the Vikes do with the leadoff hitter on.
There's Roman Geiselman. He grounded out to the third baseman, Leghart. in the second inning, batting for the second time this afternoon. A starting pitcher for head coach Brian Ashby.
Yep,
can help himself right here.
For sure, 276 average.
Line drive, solid single to center field. Brown will stop at second. So the Vikings, with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth, have the tying runs on base.
Boy, take a look at this approach. Great job by Guy. He stays back and then explodes. Watch, boom. Best hit in baseball, we used to say, because it's right back through the box. Everything worked right to drive it back through there. Great piece of hitting there.
There you take a look at Ryan Cervenak, the Vikings shortstop. 2 men on, nobody out. Let's see what Brian Ashby decides to do here. Cervenak, the number 6 hitter in the lineup.
Shortstop's usually a good batsman. They handle it.
Pull that bat back, showed bunt.
Yep, and Louisville used a coverage play here, Joe. They're not using the third baseman to field the bunt. The pitcher's got the third base line, and they're bringing the first baseman. So they're going to cover it up that way. Shortstop at second, second baseman at first.
Big hole on the left side with the shortstop trying to keep Brown close. And there's the bunt. It's a good one. Johnson comes in, will throw high, but caught. I think the second baseman, Max Roberts, came over and took the throw for the first out of the inning. But it does move the runners into scoring position. Brown to third and Geiselman to second.
Watch the sack. Does a great job. Quiet bat, touches it hot. Kept his eyes to the end of the bat, deadened the ball. Beautiful sacrifice. Good baseball here. Now you've got a chance to tie this thing up with a single.
Here's Matt Cervenak, today's designated hitter. He walked, stole a base, but didn't score back in the second inning, but he can do some damage here.
First baseman's thinking there's another bunt. Creeped right in there.
Well, Cervenak didn't show bunt, but you may see one here.
Interesting, just if he can get that ball to the right side in some form, there's a run, unless it's right on the first baseman. Second base, shortstop are back normal depth right now.
That one misses inside.
2-0. Nice job with the base runner at third base. You come down with your secondary lead, then you come back up inside the white line. In case they throw down, it hits you. And it's a legal play.
There's a good look at the Leopards' third pitcher of the day, Blake Johnson. Fouls that one back.
Cervenak, nice job there. 2-1, still a good hitter's count. And this is the battle, isn't it, Joe?
It sure is. Hey, we invite everybody to stay with us after the game for the Alt Care wrap-up show. We'll be announcing our iCryo player of the game.
Appreciate those folks at Alt Care, Joe, and iCryo.
They do a great job, don't they?
In behind us all seasons.
2-1 pitch, and that one is low for ball 3.
It's almost this, you see the Coach Sarbaugh, Eric Sarbaugh down in the third base coach's box and Coach Jeff Sarbaugh in the first base box. No strange signals coming from them, so it looks like we're going to play this straight at 3-1.
Blake Johnson ready again. Big pitch at 3-1. Breaking ball right there in the corner. Boy, had enough confidence to throw that breaking ball to 3-1.
How about that? And that's a great word, Joe, confidence to do it. A little bit of moisture in the air, so your grip a little off. He went right to it to get it back full.
Will he come back with one?
Let's see, this will be what we'll call his out pitch. What's he believe he can get it out with?
Looked like another breaking ball.
Challenged him up in that zone a little bit. At worst, it was that two-seamer that has a little bit of movement on it. You don't see it changing the plane too much, but you see it moving left or right. That's usually that cutter, as they call it. Just means you're using 2 seams instead of 4, finishing it with a little arm whip. Lefties do a great job with that. They're cagey. They can spin it.
Big pitch here at 3-2. And again, fouls it back. Good battle here between Matt Cervenak and Blake Johnson.
Boy, amen to that. And Cervenak gets more confident each time he fouls one off because he's seeing pitches, get comfortable with the delivery. Now, to your point, do you go to the breaking ball now? He's fouled off a couple of your fastballs to try to get him out. Let's see if you can fool him.
Tying runs on base for the Vikings. Breaking ball, catches the corner, called strike.
Boy, painted that outside corner. What a big pitch. What a big pitch. Our center field camera will show that. Catcher setting outside half, and he just painted it out there, just outside.
Catcher sold that one pretty well, too.
Yes, he did. He set up out there nicely.
There's Danny Holohan, the second baseman. Grounded out to the shortstop back in the second inning. But a single could score 2 and tie it up here in the bottom of the 4th.
Hey, Joe, you're right about that single tying it up. Because there are 2 outs, you're going on contact.
Sure.
So as soon as you hear it ting, particularly your runner at second base, in this case, Geiselman, as soon as he hears it, he's head down and he's looking to score unless he's really held up by Coach Sarbaugh at third base.
That one on the corner. Working that outside corner against these right-handed hitters has been pretty effective.
It is, and that ball's tailing just a little bit too, Joe, so it looks like it's on that outside corner. It tails just into the black, so the hitter's giving up on it, thinking it's going to finish outside the zone.
Brown at third, Geiselman with the tying run out at second. 2 out here in the Vikings 4th. That's hit into center field. Coming in a hurry is the center fielder, and that was Cooper Rice, who ran it down for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Vikings get 2 runners on, can't bring them home, and we have played 4 full innings here at North Canton Hoover. It's still Louisville 3, Hoover 1.
The newly remodeled 30-acre Akron Auto Auction, located at 2471 Lay Drive in Akron. Our weekly auction starts at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. Our public auction offers repossessions and U.S. government vehicles. Akron Auto Auction makes buying and selling with confidence as effortless as possible. We're open to dealers and the public. Check current weekly inventory or learn more at akronautoauction.com or call 330-773-8245.
There are 87,000 new IRS agents. Fireside Tax is the best accounting value in Stark County. With audit defense and identity theft restoration through Protection Plus, Fireside Tax can help you deal with the new agent. Fireside Tax has been in business for over 18 years and provides tax, accounting, and payroll services, including flat fee accounting and flat fee payroll. Fireside Tax also handles individual and small business income tax returns.
LodgeVision Technologies is a locally owned IT service management group in Winesburg, Ohio.
If your small business has technology needs ranging from workstation setups to network management, filtering, and cybersecurity, LodgeVision Technologies has the team and experience to create a solution unique to your business. Our goal is to simplify your business by taking the complexity and difficulty out of technology. Contact LodgeVision Technologies and experience a true peace of mind with all of your technology needs.
Vitamins and minerals, feeding champions since 1983.
Hey, we move to the top of the 5th inning here at North Canton Hoover. Louisville leads at 3-1. Quick reminder, tonight's opening pitch is being brought to you by Van Nostrand, Young & Coots. They're an independent insurance agency. They do a lot of things for you. They can help your family, you can help your business, and you can help everything that you do day to day. Remember the name, Van Nostrand, Young & Coots, proud sponsors of the Big Time Sports first pitch of the game, and right here in the top of the 5th inning.
No good catch there. You see the Vikes all huddling up there getting set. This Andy's 11th appearance on the year.
Now batting for the
all in
Leopards,
relief.
Number 11, Cooper Rice.
Here's Cooper Rice. It'll be Cooper Rice, Xander Triplett, and Grayson Brunoni for the Leopards, who lead at 3-1. Remind you, our first pitch again brought to you by Van Nostrand, Young & Coots, an independent insurance agency right here in Canton. They'll make things better for you, your family, and your business. From home to business, they have you covered. Van Nostrand, Young & Coots, proud sponsors of the Big Time Sports first pitch of the game.
Wait, Joe, you see how athletic Andy's is. Certainly you see him play center field, steal bases, but he's just an athlete on the hill too. He's saying, I'm going to challenge you. I probably have fastball, 4-seam, 2-seam, and I might have a little slider, and that's going to be it. I'm just coming after you.
Nothing but pure heat on those first couple.
For sure. Good job there by the hitter. Rice that break up a little bit of the routine.
Cooper Rice 0 for 2 today. Struck out back in the first. Fly out to the right fielder in the second. In that 3-hole for Tyler Drabick.
Yep, trying to get base runners, just to add on, as they say.
Boy, good pitch there by Andes as Cooper swung through that one for the first out here in the 5th.
Yeah, challenging there, as you see from our center field camera.
Now batting for the
Rock
Leopards,
finishes
number
nice and
16,
strong.
Xander Triplett.
He's got it right by him. Kept it on that outside half, which meant he couldn't really get himself a good swing on. He had to go get it.
Here's Xander Triplett, walked and scored in the second inning. Flew out to the center fielder in the 3rd.
Joe Triplett leads their group with 10 RBIs for the year, so you can tell he's put the bat on the ball a lot, particularly with runners on base. In this case, he just needs to get himself on base.
That one misses. From up here in the press box, Mike, you almost have to be in the batter's box. See how much that fastball from Andes is dipping or moving.
That's exactly right, particularly as you sit where the catcher is and then where the hitter is. Both have a different angle to watch movement on pitches. Sometimes your catcher will give you the setup, which will give you a little bit of a tip to say, I want movement to this spot where my glove is. You'll see major league hitters actually take a quick look back, and you watch major league catchers look up at them to make sure they aren't.
Boy, good pitch. Fastball right on the corner.
Painting that corner.
Second strikeout here in the inning by Jack Andes, back-to-back.
How about Andes coming in? Check this again from our center field camera. Watch how he just challenges the strike zone. Rock and fire. Yep, and used that generous outside corner.
Here's Grayson Bernoni, swing through a fastball for strike 1.
How about Bernoni getting right up there and saying, I'm going to think it's a fastball to start.
You know what's coming pretty much.
Yep, let's just go.
Haven't seen a breaking ball yet, I don't think, from Andes.
Watched him over there in the on-deck circle. I'm coming after him. You could tell Andes has been that, given his appearance here, 11th appearance in this type of role, it's just holding the fort. Rock and fire and let his defenders work with him.
Boy, good pitch in the corner.
Yes, it was.
Right in on the fist.
Took just a little off. It wasn't his, probably not his 4-seamer. He probably came back with a little 2. And in that case, spotted it up well. Let's watch again, see where he goes.
That one breaks high. Vikings with 1 run back in the bottom of the 1st inning, and that's all they've got.
And that count 2-2. Andes may have a little something special here. Let's see what he chooses to do at 2-2 after that fastball swing.
Boy, good pitch again.
So went right to it, took care of that, didn't he?
So
Struck out the
Andes
side.
strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Leopards here in the 5th inning. We'll move to the bottom of it. Before we do that, though, I want to tell you about something and a message from Stark MHAR. It deals with suicide prevention. If you need to shorten it, that's it. But I'll tell you what, this is something that everybody needs to be aware of. It's a tough subject, but we have to break the stigma and talk about suicide. On May 28th, your local Board of Mental Health, Stark MAR, is holding a day-long event where you can hear national experts and local professionals talk about the ways we can help prevent suicide, support each other, and ultimately keep our kids safer. Anyone can sign up for this. You do not have to work in the mental health field. Go to starkmhar.org's training page for more information and to register for the event. This event is May 28th. It'll be held at the Kent State Stark Conference Center. And Mike, you have spent the majority of professional life in higher education, so this is something you've well been aware of for years.
Joe, 100%, and your phrase was so spot on, remove the stigma.
Yeah.
We need to talk about it like it's say something that right out of the gate needs to be addressed rather than let it be buried and let it be buried. You know, we do things for injuries in other ways in our life, and we take care of things. Mental health is the same. A new pitcher, Joe. On top here, Ashton Marshall coming in.
Ashton Marshall, pretty good football player and basketball player.
Yep, you love the athletes that they're running out there, and you can tell. Just give us some solid innings right here, so we have all of our starters ready for Alliance.
There's Ashton Marshall.
Good look at him there. Great job, guys, finding that good camera angle. Two of our guys in the truck do such a good job. They take care of 3 great camera angles and manage the game in a timely way. Thanks, guys. This always reminds me when the weather does this, Joe, when they would, in the NFL games, when they cut away to those camera men and women.
All covered up.
Snow blowing on them, it's stacking up, and they give you the wave. So
yeah.
Our camera group's doing the same.
So for Brian Ashby, he'll be looking at the 4th Louisville pitcher here this afternoon. They started with Caden Cordes, went to Tate Eljancic, saw Blake Johnson, and now Ashton Marshall. So Tyler Drabick throwing a lot of arms at the Vikings, trying to get a win here this afternoon.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter, Joe, for the Vikes. Coming here in the 9th spot for Logston.
Yeah, Logston was 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd, so a pinch hitter here for the Vikings.
Gavin McCune.
Big right-handed hitter, swings through that one.
It looks like McCune and Zarko have different numbers for us, so we've caught right up to it.
Gavin McCune falls behind right now.
Yeah, Joe, with this would probably would be get a runner on base, then you come in with your speed at that point. So you see what Coach Ashby's doing strategically here. Just get on base, Ashton, any way you can.
That one just misses the corner.
You love how Marshall's working too. You watch him, ball's back to him, he's set, taking a good look, wasting no time.
Way ahead on McCune at 1 and 2. And McCune just got that one off the end of the bat.
Yep, great job by McCune there to have his head go down on the hands at the same time the ball's approaching. We call that head hands to bat. He did a great job with that 2-strike pitch. See how he does this time too. See if his head, his hands, and eyes go to the ball at the bat.
That one misses outside.
Good. They call that tracking the ball through the zone. It's just a good phrase to say you need to make sure you see it all the way and then put your best swing on it.
McCune trying to get on base to get to the top of the order in Andes. Nice pitch there by Ashton Marshall. His first strikeout, of course. First out of the inning here in the 5th.
Yep, change speeds there a little bit on him. Watch how he's out in front just a little bit. Catch up to it. And that outside half caught him a little bit flat-footed. Don't want that leadoff hitter on, particularly out of the 9 hole. So that's a great job by Marshall.
Here's Jack Andes, who started the game as a center fielder, now pitching for the Vikings. And lines that one solidly into center field. That first pitch for Marshall, he liked it and drilled it for a base hit. He is now 2 for 2 as being hit by a pitch back in the 1st.
Watch out, Andes is ready to go. He's thinking, fastball, I'm getting on it. That's what he gets, comes right through it beautifully. And that was on the outside half, and he still did a nice job of getting that line drive back through the middle. Great swing there.
Here's Carter Lukens. He represents the tying run for the Vikings at home plate now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Line drive, left field, base hit. Andes will turn and stay at second base. Back-to-back singles by Andes and Lukens. And the Vikings got something going here in the bottom of the 5th, down by 2.
They do, Joe. Great job here by Lukens. Right over the umpire's head, you see his swing. The ball was dead center in the zone. He did a nice job of rolling his hands over and getting it to the left side. Vikings have something going on here.
Well, it couldn't have been better for Jack Zarko. The table is set, Mike, with 1 out and the tying runs on base.
Yep, the 3-hole hitter. You know he's a contact hitter.
Boy, good stop there by the catcher, Colton Loy. Hold those runners.
Joe, great point about your catcher holding runners, because you don't want to give up 90 more feet for those 2 runners to move into stronger scoring position. So a single would tie the game potentially. Little things become big things.
And that one misses outside. 2-0 on Jack Zarko. Struck out back in the first. Grounded out to the third baseman in the third.
Boy, Joe, it seems like Marshall's looking at this strong hitter and trying to keep it away from him.
And that one misses again. Not missing by much.
So he's working that outside half, you can see, and Zarko's done a nice job of being disciplined. Now, my guess is take is on, and then if it gets to 3-1, it still has to be a beach ball strike.
Marshall ready with a big pitch at 3-0. And misses outside. The bases are loaded.
Probably a time for a trip to the mound, Joe.
Let's watch that pitch again.
Again, Zarko's a big target. Marshall just ran it away outside. And here comes the trip to the mound, Joe.
Long walk out there as the Vikings, who are down by 2, have the bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And the rain continues, so you wonder too just how the grip on the baseball is as the exchanges come back and forth.
Andy's now the runner at third. Lucan's out at second. Zarko becomes the runner at first. He's the lead runner, I think, getting him around. Umpire now with a slow walk out there saying, what do you want to do?
Yep, giving him that opportunity. A couple extra pitches there from the right-hander down in the bullpen. It looks like he's going to make the signal, and he's got a few more here, of course, to make the exchange. So Marshall will exit, and we'll see who's going to come in and take some more innings for the Leps right now.
It won't be too long, Mike. Beginning later this week and, of course, next week, we'll be watching tournament baseball all over northeastern Ohio. And there's a few teams, I think, in Stark County. You talk about pitching depth that could make a tournament run.
Right away, when you lead it up and tee it up that way, you think of Jackson out of the gate. And the team that played really well late was Glen Oak.
Yes.
Really went on a run. I think at one point they were 16-4 after having lost 2 or 3 very early in the year. So those two come to my mind quickly. Lake is nicely placed in that Division 2-3 area. In fact, I think it's in the Division 3 side. Lake and Garfield Heights would see the Alliance Louisville winner.
Okay.
So that's an interesting, we'll say, sneak peek of some teams that are trending right now. So I go there quickly.
A team in the lower division who I think has got a lot of statewide recognition is Lake Center Christian. They're a team that could come out of Stark County and cause some damage.
Well, you know, Joe, great that you recognize them, because they have the last several years crept further and further, or deeper and deeper, as we say, into the tournament. Get that first district championship, get into a regional. So you're right, those are those great schools that just have tradition around their ball, and they get out of their leagues and get into the tournament. They take off.
Canton Central Catholic's another team that is tournament tested through the years, to say the least.
That's a good way. You think traditionally.
Yeah.
As they play that independent schedule as well, and boy, they get out there and get going. Nobody's going to be better than them necessarily. It's just great competition head to head.
So the new pitcher for the Leopards?
Caleb Maley stepping in here. That's number 6. Take a look at Caleb making his way. He trotted in from the bullpen. Yep, there he is. Coach Drabik did a nice job at giving Caleb about 5 or 6 extra pitches in the pen before he had to come in here and face this situation. Bases loaded, 1 out.
There you look at Caleb Maley, the 5th pitcher that Tyler Drapik has used this afternoon against his alma mater, North Canton Hoover.
I'm sure he thought about using pitchers today, Joe, but I wasn't sure, or probably he wasn't too convinced he had to go that far. Because right now he's got someone else trotting down to the bullpen too. So he's gone deep into the gobbling of innings. You know, if you're Maley here, your best friend is a double play ball in the middle.
Number 4 hitter Matt Brown in there, and can really do some damage with a base hit right here. Takes that one in the dirt. See, you couldn't ask for anything better. You got the bases loaded with your 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up.
Right, guys that are supposed to sweep those bases for you are ready to go, poised.
That one misses down low.
Just keeping it away from, but you want to get a strike in here now. Boy, if you're Brown, you want to make sure it's your strike. Your strike.
Yeah, Brown was hit by a pitch last inning in the fourth, grounded out to the shortstop back in the first, so he's looking for his first hit of the game. Breaking ball, that one misses. Came breaking ball at 2-0.
How about that? And that's a confidence pitch, particularly with the weather like it is, Joe. You got to have a feel for that pitch, and he must have in that case. Run to 3-0.
Big pitch here in this game. That one's right at the knees for a called strike.
Yeah, this will be the same idea, Joe, trying to get that strike in there. And if you're Brown, you're making sure that, hey, I'm going to hit a good strike, not just any strike.
Just one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Base is loaded. Ground ball, and that is going to go over the pitcher's mound, and they make the play, and they get him at first. Here comes the runner in, and we are tied at 3-3. Boy, good base running there by Carter Lukens, who did not stop Mike. He saw that high bounder over the pitcher's mound, and I think once that took off and the shortstop made the throw, he knew he was coming home.
You're right on, Joe. There's the high bouncer, so he's motoring. And as soon as the shortstop makes the decision to go across the diamond, he keeps on going.
Yeah.
Makes him exchange, and he beats the throw up the line just a little bit. Great base running. That's Hoover's personality, is pressure. But now we've got ourselves a tie game, and runner over on third.
Here's Roman Geiselman, who was the starting pitcher today for Brian Ashby. Now he can do some damage here with the lead run at third base, 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth.
When as it continues to rain, just all those variables as you play on I'll say a slippery turf.
That's popped up right side of the infield. Bernoni calling for it, makes the catch. But the damage has been done as the Vikings push across 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk, and we have now played 5 full innings here at North Canton Hoover. We are tied 3-3.
Treat your family to the best in dining pleasure at Chibo's Restaurant in Waynesburg. The very best in homemade pasta, rigatoni, and spaghetti will delight your appetite. And the homemade rolls and bread are menu favorites. Visit Chibo's once and you'll become a regular. Other popular items like chicken, ham, and veal parmesan highlight our menu. Take the short drive to great food at Chibo's in Waynesburg.
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit waynedoor.com for a free quote today.
Unleash the champion in you at T County Boxing Academy. From beginners to seasoned pros, our classes are tailored for every age and skill level. Get ready to jab, hook, and cross your way to greatness with our expert trainers. Join a community where everyone is welcome to embrace the power within. It's not just a workout, it's a journey to a stronger, more confident you. T County Boxing Academy, where champions are made. Sign up now and step into the ring of endless possibilities.
Ready for adventure? The 2025 Chevrolet Equinox is here. With its sleek design, advanced safety features, and spacious interior, the Equinox is built for your next journey. It combines performance with efficiency. Find yours at Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. Locally trusted, family-owned, and dedicated to your driving needs, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota makes finding your dream car easy.
We move to the top of the 6th inning here at Dick Miller Field, North Canton Hoover High School. We are tied at 3. The Vikings with 1 in the first, 2 in the 5th. Louisville got all 3 of their runs in the second.
Bryce Johnson in there.
Yeah, Bryce
Hitting
Johnson
for Leghart.
Hitting for Brock Leghart, who was sitting in that 6 hole, was hit by a pitch and scored, and then popped up to the catcher. So he got a new hitter in here, hit in that 6 spot. Trying to get some base runners for Tyler Drabick.
Getting something manufactured here. The idea is just get a base runner on, and again, if you can get that leadoff hitter on, your situational baseball is all in front of you.
They get a look at him. That one breaks high.
You can tell he's got that great fastball confidence. When you see it high, it just means at that release point, I'm not bending over and finishing, I'm just throwing.
3-1 pitch on the corner.
Yeah, much better there. Fun to watch the nuances of throwers and pitchers. So this is your position player who's a thrower. So you're watching his activity. He's a challenger.
3-2 pitch. Good fastball. That is 4 straight strikeouts for Jack Andes.
Boy, Joe, watch this replay. He just flat out challenges him. I'm going right at you. Whoop, couldn't catch up to it.
Number 9, Colton Lloyd.
Here's a Louisville catcher, Colton Lloyd. He's 1 for 2 today, singled back in the 3rd, and pops that one up out of play.
Great to see Lloyd's approach there. He's watched 4 strikeouts ahead of him, primarily fastballs. So he's thinking to myself, if I see one, I'm just going to get on. I'm not going to get behind. Let's see if Andes does anything different with him now. A little slider there, just try to move it.
Well, the long-range weather I saw was, what, 30% chance?
We got all of it.
We got 100% of it.
100% of 30.
Boy, nice breaking ball.
Nice
That's
breaking ball.
one of the few we've seen from Andes.
And that's what makes it all the more effective, because he starts it on that front shoulder, and you're thinking that's fastball in. So you hit just a little bit, and it finishes in the zone. Great pitch.
Fastball, just got a piece of that one.
Good battle here by 2 truly great athletes. Lloyd, of course, you know, is a part of that state championship team, and got Andes here who swipes bases, hits the ball, plays center field, and pitches. Summary of his day.
There we see that pizza oven scoreboard at 3-3 as we play here on the top of the 6th. That one just misses. That's framed by Matt Brown trying to sell that one.
Great job with Matt Brown. It was just probably about a ball out, but he was set up nicely, and it looked similar to others earlier in the game.
Andes now with the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball in on the hands.
How about Loy spoiling that,
yes,
Joe? That last
impressive.
second, it was last second decision that's going to be a strike. So he quickly got those hands to the ball. Spoiler, that's an athletic move. Good hitter.
We'll do it again at 2-2. And that one just misses.
Not by much. And you know, as the day has gone on, there's some chatter back here around us to say that was earlier a strike. Where is it now? And you smile and say, next pitch.
3-2. Inside ball 4. The Leopards have the lead run on with 1 out here in the 6th.
Great at-bat by Colton Loy. Worked him, worked him, worked him. There's that
Now batting for the Leopards,
last pitch there. You see just framing him up down the middle. Worked a little bit inside and off.
So Colton Loy, the lead run at first. 1 out. Here is Jake Beer, the designated hitter. He's 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd. Takes that one on the corner.
Corner open back up.
I would think, I'm not an umpire, but the longer this drizzle continues, you better be up there swinging.
There can be a mindset to say we're not going to let this thing go along too much. But the idea there is be as consistent as you can.
You're right.
But to your point, it does compel a thought to say, how much do we want to endure here? Hopefully they stay true to it until it just rains so hard you can't be out there.
As you mentioned earlier, you can play a lot of baseball in weather like this.
Can go on and on here until it gets dark. No lightning, no heavy wind. Good.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Beard. 5th strikeout of the game for Andes.
Watch how Andes just comes right back in and challenges the zone. See Brown set up, he just hits the setup point. Great pitch. Your battery mate, there's a feel. It's almost deliver the ball to me. I'll take care of it.
Let's see if Tyler Drabick tries to steal a base here. He's gotten Colton Loy, the base runner at first. There's 2 out in a tie game in the 6th at 3-3.
He's got his 9-hole here, so you could do that and pull the double lead off.
Or he might not want to lead off with the number 9 hitter.
All part of the strategy,
yeah.
That's right. Knowing how many outs he has to play with.
Roberts singled back in the 2nd inning, was part of that 3-run rally, then was called out on strikes in the 4th.
Wait. Andy's concentration, great angle here from first base. See if anything's going on. Watch that right heel is all.
There's Colton Loy, number 9. He's the base runner, the lead run in this game. At the knees, another strikeout for Jack Andes, number 6 here in the game. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Hoover. Still, the Leopards of Louisville 3, North Canton 3.
Welcome to Willis Group Realty, where service meets excellence.
At Willis Group Realty, we pride ourselves on customer service. We ensure smart investment choices for a secure future. And we give back to the community because we believe in building stronger neighborhoods. Commercial, residential, land. Whatever your real estate needs, Willis Group Realty has you covered.
Willis Group Realty, welcome home.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Furbay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Furbay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Welcome to PAC Oil Drilling, your local energy partner. Embrace the benefits of domestic oil production with us. We pride ourselves on safe and environmentally responsible practices, ensuring minimal impact on Ohio's beautiful landscape. Our dedicated team is committed to meeting energy demands while preserving nature's beauty. PAC Drilling is a big supporter of high school athletics and academics. We wish our athletes the very best on the field and in the classroom.
Well, we moved to the bottom of the 6th inning here on Big Time Sports. If just joined us, we are at Dick Miller Field at North Canton Hoover, and it's Louisville 3 and North Canton 3. And for the Vikings here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Ryan Cervenak, Matt Cervenak, then Danny Holohan. The Vikings with 2 runs last inning to tie it at 3. They trailed for most of this game. After scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 1st, the Leopards came back with 3 in the top of the 2nd. It stayed that way until last inning when the Vikings pushed 2 across, and that's where we're at right now, Mike, 3-3.
Well, it's been the tale of 2 games, hasn't it, Joe? The Leopards early on got busy, hit that 3 spot, as you mentioned, in the 2nd, and it looked like they were managing the control, and then the Vikings pushed those 2 runs across, and then we have a game.
Well, the Cervenak brothers, Ryan Cervenak, the shortstop, Matt Cervenak, the designated hitter. See if they can get something going.
Good guy up here, 313 on the year, Joe, so he's hitting for average, and you move him right in there. He's got 9 RBIs too, so he's been a vital cog in that offense for the Vikings.
And we're looking at the 6th Louisville Leopard pitcher today in Brock Leghart, who moved over from third base to take over here in the 6th inning. So Tyler Breivik with a lot of good arms in this Louisville roster.
When you're right, and most of his starting pitching are juniors. So you're working these position players through. You think about not only end of this year, but as he turns the corner and starts to build a program. You want arms to do that, arms and athletes.
Right off the catcher's helmet, umpire takes a long look.
Yep. That's sometimes when you see in the major leagues, the umpire will step up
That's
and
right.
clean the plate, whether it needs it or not. A little extra time for the catcher to catch a
courtesy
breath.
move.
That's right.
That one scoots by the catcher. And we are at 3-2 on a big pitch here from Brock Leghart here to Ryan Cervenak, leading off the bottom of the 6th in a tied game. And that one just missed. Wow.
Just down a bit, and he's checking. Take a look from our center field camera.
Let's watch the reaction from Brock Leghart.
Now batting for the Vikings.
He says, I think that's pretty good. That's a strike in Louisville.
That was just, had the catcher did that little pull up just a little bit, it might have had a little better feel to it, but it stayed down, so home plate umpire thought it was down. Got that leadoff runner on here in the 6th.
There's Matt Cervenak, the designated hitter. He turns the bunt, bunts it in the air, and that's going to be an easy play for Colton Loy, who rips off the mask. That's one out here in the 6th.
Take a look there. He squares nicely, but watch his back gets under the ball. Just under the bottom half of the ball, and that's the last thing you want to do if you're trying to get a sacrifice is to pop it up.
Number 3, Danny Hollahan.
Here's Danny Hollahan, the second baseman. 0 for 2 today, grounded out to short in the 2nd, and a fly out to the center fielder in the 4th. We're at the bottom of the Hoover lineup. This is the number 8 hitter, but as we talked between innings, Mike, you got a 3-3 game. If the Vikings can hold the Leopards in the top of the 7th, they'll bring the top of the order up in the bottom of 7.
Yeah, there's that question. Do you force the action here?
Yes.
So with an athletic Cervenak at first, and you've got a guy here that manages the bat pretty well. So there's the opportunity here at the count that we have 1-1 or even 2-1. It's a good spot to at least push the running game and see if you can spray the ball. Force the action.
That one is a breaking ball that stays high. Ryan Cervenak walked to start out the 6th, and he stayed there. And his brother Matt popped out trying to sacrifice him over to second base. That has hit the left field and hit pretty well. Left fielder is going to watch that one stay up for him as Luke Seaman made the catch. That looked like it died out there a little bit.
It did, Joe. Great first step by Seaman. You watch the pitch through the zone. Does a nice job, hits it on a line. Great camera work following our left fielder. Worked his way into great. Notice his body language was comfortable, which meant his first step was really good. You go to where the ball's going to land. And that allowed that catch to look comfortable.
John Logston, the runner takes off, and one throw goes in to the second baseman, scooted by him. The shortstop made the play, but Cervenak now becomes the lead run in scoring position.
Great pitch to be stealing on because it short hops the catcher. So he has to make a catch and then gather, exchange, and get it down to second base. So now you got a shot at it here with a single.
Logston struck out back in the 3rd, then Gavin McCune, I think, hit for him in the 5th and struck out.
Yep, had a little re-entry here.
Yes.
Yep. Good catch there, Joe. It's how you use your roster and the rules appropriately.
So Brian Ashby trying to get one run across and hand this over to Jack Andes in the 7th.
You know, Joe, you get that single into the outfield, the ball be a little bit wet. You may want to take that shot at home regardless of where it is.
That one's on the corner. Good pitch. So Leghart way ahead now at 1-2. 2 out here in the top of the 6th.
Protect that outside corner.
Ground ball right at the shortstop. He'll stay down on it. High throw, and the Leopards get out of trouble. Vikings get a runner to second base, and that's all they get as we now move to the 7th inning. here at Dick Miller Stadium. We are tied 3-3.
Ready for adventure? The 2025 Chevrolet Equinox is here. With its sleek design, advanced safety features, and spacious interior, the Equinox is built for your next journey. It combines performance with efficiency. Find yours at Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. Locally trusted, family-owned, and dedicated to your driving needs, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota makes finding your dream car easy.
Mr. Derek, can I talk to you for a second?
What's going on?
My best friend needs a lot of help, and I tried to talk to her about it, but she won't talk to me anymore. Well, I kinda told her that you were my trusted adult. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
We all may need a little help. And it's even more important that we don't hesitate.
Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations.
Hey, you guys want to practice for the golf scramble?
Right now? How?
I got an idea.
Now we know what you're doing when we can't find you.
Wayne?
Looks like we have a problem.
Do you really know what's been happening on your roof? We can help. Don't risk costly damages and disruptions to your business operations. Schedule your complimentary roof assessment today.
Joe and Mike Galena back here on Big Time Sports. Hope you're enjoying our game of the week as Louisville right here at Hoover, and we are tied at 3-3 as we move to the top of the 7th inning. For the Leopards, it'll be the top of the order. Luke Seaman, Cody Zaylor, and Cooper Rice. 1, 2, and 3 hitters for Tyler Drabick.
Boy, Joe, this is a spot. It's set up for you if you're Louisville. Manufacture a run with your top 3 hitters, followed by the meat of the order.
Swings through that one.
A little bit of a change up there. Had him way out in front.
Andes in relief has 6 strikeouts in 2 innings here for the Vikings. Right back at him, good fielder. Andes throws on for the first out of the inning. Hit one back up in the middle, and he's going to be all over it.
Boy, for sure. It's like that's your center field or shortstop as a pitcher.
Yes.
Just watch his ability to field the ball. Squared up the home plate. Does a great job, then gathers himself, throws a strike across there. Keep that leadoff hitter off the base path.
Cody Zaylor, the shortstop, trying to get some base runners. For Louisville, you try and get somebody on and work some magic here to take the lead in the top of the 7th.
That's it. If you force the action, then make him handle a wet baseball.
Because when we come back, Hoover will have the top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th with Andes, Lukens, and Zarco. Pretty good group to try and get a run.
Similar to here, the Leopards' opportunity, 1, 2, 3 in their half of the 7th, and the Vikes will come back in with the same opportunity.
1-1 pitch, and
good movement on that pitch.
Yeah, that had late movement.
Sure did, working away. 1-2. Again, you don't have to throw him a great strike here. It can be a teaser. He went right at him.
Wow. Another strikeout for Andes.
You know, Joe, as you watch the replay, he just challenges him with that fastball. They can't catch up. And you think about it, he's not thrown that many pitches because he's gone right at the hitters. with strikeouts. So he's got a little length in him yet.
He struck out 7. And there is a fly ball down the right field line. And they're going to stretch it. Here comes the throw. Should be a big play. And they don't get him. A double by Cooper Rice. He's the lead run as he put that pitch perfectly down the right field line for a double. They had a shot at him at second base, Mike, but as you said, you want to press the action here in the 7th.
Yep, watch him roll over this fastball. Boom. Great job. Eye to hand to bat. And he knows it's down the line working away, so he's thinking double all the way. Got his head down, but what a great throw by Logston back into second. Made it a tough play. Came just off the bag a little, but he had a shot at him.
So Rice becomes the lead run out at second base with 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's Xander Triplett. The right fielder walked and scored back in the 2nd inning.
And he leads the team in RBIs, Joe, with 10. So this is a spot he's been in before.
Takes that one high above the strike zone. Close play in the outfield. Mike, you're going to send him, I would think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're going to force this action. Because you have 2 outs, the sound of the bat is your trigger. So your head is down. Let's go.
Looks like Ryan Cervenek is going to get a new glove.
Checking that out on that throw, and it must have split a finger.
I don't know about you, Mike. I only had 1 glove in high school. If that thing went bad, I was in trouble.
100% true, and that may be the case here too, because that's a black ball glove that just went back out there. So somebody's got one that says you can use mine.
I protected that glove like, I don't know. It was valuable property.
You knew where it was at all times, Joe. That's right.
We either handle it or my handlebars in my bike.
For sure, it was not out of sight.
No,
that's for sure.
Never. That one's in the dirt. No metal bats when I played either.
No, it's okay. We start out with wood, and we were getting ones that the high school team would throw away, and you'd nail them back together.
So Cooper Rice, the lead run out at second base. Xander Triplett swings and hits that one to the right fielder. Big play here, and he makes the catch. So Andes works out of trouble after giving up a double to Cooper Rice. And we move to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Hoover. We are tied 3-3. Hey, while we have a minute, let's check and see who has stayed around in this weather, Mike, with our fan cam.
We take a look. Folks came prepared, Joe, so I'm going to right away say kudos to the fans. They get the big W tonight in preparation. Then you look around, some of the high schoolers, you see the Wisdom folks behind them with umbrellas. No one running to get underneath them. Then down our first base line, everybody covered up. In fact, it looks like the season ticket holders there in row 1 and row 2. And there is the moment of the year for me.
Smartest lady in the field right now.
Zipped shut, probably has a little heater. You know what? Anything could be going on out there. And that, I think, that should be on Facebook somewhere, Joe, for how you can attend a high school baseball game in Northeast Ohio.
I've seen those advertised on TV before, but that's the first one I've seen actually being used. I would think that would be a hot item, to say the least.
Boy, for sure. It looks like it packs up and travels lightly, too.
That's right.
There's the shot of the day, guys. Thank you.
Our fan cam brought to you by New Image Auto Sales. Stop on down to their showroom, and they'll invite you on in, and you can take a look at what they have to offer in the automobile field. But we love New Image Auto Sales here on Big Time Sports.
Well, Joe Legart works another inning, and so the way the Leopards have been going, he may be their guy, because there's nobody warming up in the left field pen.
They will live and die with the young guy who started the game as the third baseman. But he's got a tough order. He's got to face the top of the order in Jack Andes, Carter Lukens, and Jack Zarko. 3-3 are in the 7th.
Yep, it's Hoover's turn to do what Louisville had the opportunity to do, and that was 1, 2, 3, top of your order, see if you can get something going.
Andes a perfect 2 for 2 in this game, also hit by a pitch back in the first. Takes that one outside.
Nice tease pitch there, good breaking ball. Started in the middle, dove away just to see if Andes would go get it.
Ground ball, high hop to the second base, and goes almost into the, now he's safe. When that ball took that big hop, that gave Andes a chance to beat it out, and he did.
Boy, Joe, that was the half step that he needed when it took that kick up. Watch our replay coming right at you. Great home plate camera. Watch this thing, gives the big bounce, and Andes gets out of the box quick, and of course we know how fast he is. When the second baseman had to make the leap into the air, there was the extra half step.
Ooh, that
to
was
finish.
quick.
Great call by the umpire. Now, how long do you think Andes is staying at
Well,
first
he's got
base?
3 stolen bases already today. And that ball just about flies over the head of the catcher as we watch Carter Lukens. Yeah, you would think that ball right now is kind of hard to handle, Mike. You've pointed that out with the drizzle and the wet weather right now.
And in the exchange, you're hoping that it stays dry, but it's only as good then as what you touch your hand with.
Lukens punts that one fouled on the right side of the infield.
Joe, a lot of folks are saying, okay, you're committing to the sacrifice here, where Andes has just been ablaze on the bases. So now you're going to come to a decision here. Do you stay committed to the sacrifice, or are you just going to turn him loose because of handling the baseball? Because he has not had his jump.
No, he's not even.
So he's staying with the game
that he
plan.
may be running.
That's right. Now you're 1-1. So we're going to see if he stays with it, or if he just turns him loose. It's an extra half step right now in his lead.
There he goes.
Yep, they took it off.
And the slide head first is safe.
Yep, good idea.
Well, that was a pitch to the outside portion, and that was Colton Lloyd had to backhand that one and couldn't make an accurate throw. He didn't have enough time.
For sure. He really had to short hop that, backhand it, threw it really from his knees. Did quite a nice job with it, all things considered, knowing the pressure Andes puts on you.
Andes with a head first dive just about flew over the bag at second.
Yep, using 95 feet instead of 90. Now
he was bound and determined to get there, though.
Now, interestingly enough, you could come right back now with a bunt to the first base side.
That's right. Stolen base number 4 in this game for Jack Andes.
Louisville's made the decision, walk him, and put the force outs into activity there.
Any base will do for Louisville, but you let Zach Zarko come up now, the number 3 hitter, who's looking for his first hit.
Yep, 2 on, nobody out.
If you're Brian Ashby, do you bunt right here or let number 3 hit away?
Boy, you just test his skills right now. Louisville's really put the shift over to the right side. The left side hole is wide open. The shortstop's just behind the leadoff.
And that's a great pitch in the outside corner.
Now, if you're the pitcher and you know that your shortstop is managing a pinch here, you want to make sure your strikes are to the outside half.
Exactly.
So he can't turn on it. You'll see it from the center field camera what they're doing with that.
Good stop by the Colton Lloyd. You better be a fence back there now. You don't want Andes at third. Andes the winning run out at second base.
And that's the guy you want with speed.
Nobody out here in the 7th inning for Hoover. Tie game at 3-3. Breaking ball stays high.
Hitters count now. Brock Zarko can look at his strike through repetition. If he doesn't see it, he leaves it alone.
We look at that big hole there on that left side.
But for sure, they're trying to keep Andes tight, which means you're giving a little of that up.
That works outside for ball 3. So now do you give in here, or do you got to throw a strike?
I think you do. You got a challenge here. He could pop it up, he could foul it off, he could hit a ground ball. So you got to come with a strike and make the hitter work.
And that's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So back-to-back walks to Lukens and Zarko.
Now batting for the Vikings.
That's worth one more look, Mike.
Yep, just missed it down and away, didn't he, as you watch? Almost looked like he fell off of that pitch as opposed to staying in behind it. Good spot for Brown, as we talked about. You have 1, 2, 3. Now you got your 4, 5, 6 to finish this thing one way or another.
Yeah, Matt Brown was hit by a pitch back in the fourth, grounded out to shortstop twice as the infield now comes in right at the cut of the turf.
Yep, it's home to first on this for sure. All infield positions, home to first.
Brown going to hit his pitch right here. Outfield also coming in if they can make a play at the plate.
Exactly, they're going to pinch this off as well. If it's over their head, they'll take the chance.
On the corner, another good pitch.
Legart did a nice job bouncing back. Going 0-2 now.
Now you make him chase something here?
For sure. You trust your catcher. But at the same time, he should not hit a strike. You should be throwing something other than a strike.
0-2 pitch. That one is high. Ball one.
Try to have him go up there and maybe, you say, climb the ladder with his swing. And great job there by Brown to lay off. Disciplined hitter there. Got to be that again.
Yeah, Andy's the runner at third. He's the winning run. Yeah, that is fouled. Good swing, but hit it down that right field line.
Stays alive in there.
Let him extend those arms a little bit.
2-2, and this is, as a defense, you're saying to your pitchers, just let us have them. Give us something that we can handle. So challenge him, and we'll pick it up for you.
1-2 pitch to Matt Brown. That is high, and we're 2-2.
Good pitch there by Legart. Run it up in those eyes, see if they'll go get it.
I'm not sure if there's a routine fly ball hit. They can throw Andy's out.
Even with the outfield as tight as they are, Joe, there would be a challenge at it, that's for sure.
And that is hit down that first baseline. Brunoni's got it. Andy's is going to stay at third, and that's the first out, and it's a big one here in the seventh.
Yep, infield fly ruled there.
Yes.
Got him, kept him away. Now it's ready to go get it, and he was spent in his swing. So was pulling off of that a little bit, so no pop on that. And great job by Brunoni to track it. To your point, Joe, a little bit of raindrop accompanying the ball dropping.
Here's Roman Geiselman. Do you dare have a suicide squeeze here? That's probably in the minds of Brian Ashby a little bit.
They're absolutely, Joe. When you got your one out like this, notice that second and short are now playing normal double play depth, and third and first are at the cut. If you trust your batsman here, you've got time to do it.
Got an excellent guy at third that can time it perfectly.
100% true. And see if Legart takes a look over there before nope, he's not looking at all, so you could get in there pretty quick.
1-1 pitch, almost hit him. They throw back toward first. Dangerous play. But everybody stays put. One out, bases still loaded, still tied at 3.
That lets Eloy, because it's a right-hander, he's got a good view of first base, so if they're drifting, he can pop that throw. Downside of that is you could throw it into right field and lose the game.
Exactly. 2-1 pitch. And that one is low, right below the knees. So now he's got to come with at least one more, maybe two.
Yep, and I think, if you're Geiselman, make him throw you one.
Exactly.
Make him throw you one.
Here's the pitch. And he
went
swung
right,
at that 3-1 pitch.
And I know.
Who's got the advantage now, Mike?
Right now, I say it's Geiselman.
Okay.
I think he's comfortable. He's a veteran in there. I think he's the guy. He's going to say to himself, I haven't seen a pitch I couldn't handle yet from Legart. So
anything close, though, you better be swinging.
For sure. Expect a strike, but yet hit a strike.
Big pitch, obviously, here. Game tied at 3. Bases loaded for the Vikings. One out, and 3-2 pitch is coming. Hit the left field. That's going to drop for a base hit, and the Vikings have won it 4-3 as Geiselman comes through on a 3-2 pitch and lines one all the way to the wall, and they're celebrating here at Hoover as the Vikings get one in the 7th, and they win it 4-3, Mike. Excellent baseball game.
Boy, what a great baseball game. So much situational baseball, managing it. How cool is that? And look at Geiselman managing that full count. And boy, the old phrase, Legart challenged him. Watch this thing. It's right in the zone. Boom. And you see Geiselman turn, rolls his top hand over.
Yeah.
That's right. And creates that good line drive to end the game. What a great baseball game,
yes,
Joe, to your point.
You watch that on the big Papa Bear's Big Play replay, but all the Vikings needed was one here in the bottom of the 7th. That's what they got. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with our Alt Care wrap-up show, name our iCryo player of the game right after this on Big Time Sports.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
The newly remodeled 30-acre Akron Auto Auction, located at 2471 Lay Drive in Akron. Our weekly auction starts at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. Our public auction offers repossessions and U.S. government vehicles. Akron Auto Auction makes buying and selling with confidence as effortless as possible. We're open to dealers and the public. Check current weekly inventory or learn more at akronautoauction.com or call 330-773-8245.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
C.H. Fallis & Associates in North Canton is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Not like your average high school. You start with something that you love.
Just getting hands-on is way different from sitting in a classroom.
Every day's different. You come across a problem, you have to tackle that problem, you have to figure out how to tackle the problem.
Skills I've acquired through just my lab in itself have been mind-blowing. Definitely here at Buckeye, they prepare you for any situation that you could go into after high school.
Welcome back to North Canton Hoover High School. You have watched a heck of a high school baseball game today as the Vikings of North Canton win it in the bottom of the 7th on an RBI single by Roman Geiselman. They win it 4-3 over a very very impressive Louisville team that came in here today and played their hearts out, but hats off to the Vikings who win it 4-3.
Joe, as you summarized, it's so great. Louisville came in now knowing for sure not going to use starting pitching. They ground their way into it, early lead, but to your point, the Vikings hung around, got great relief pitching from Jack Andes, and manufactured that 7th inning game-winning RBI.
Hey, want to remind you, before or after the hard workout game, stop at iCryo of Belden Village for your pain and soreness relief. With whole body chirotherapy, you can decrease pain and inflammation, recover faster, increase your energy, burn more calories, and much, much more. Our player of the game receives a free month-long Chiro pass with their coach. iCryo of Belden Village. Call them at 330-451-6365. iCryo also offers discounts for athletes and teams. And Mike, we both agreed who our player of the game is. I'll let you do the honors.
Boy, when you take a look at the full body of work, as they say, of Jack Andes, number 16 for the Hoover Vikings, get this stat line. 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 3 stolen bases, and let's flip over on the defensive side, 7 strikeouts in relief. So he did it from all different angles, and that's a stat line for some people over 3 games.
That's exactly.
And he did it in 1.
Very impressive outing. Congratulations to the Vikings. Hey, we want to thank everybody down on the truck from Image Video. As always, they do a great job. To my partner, Mike Galena, doing a great job as always, analyzing this one. My name's Joe Dunn. Most of all, thanks to you for watching another big game right here on Big Time Sports.
Thank you.